2,000 miles underneath the North American city, Raccoon City, lies a secret underground facility called the Hive. Ha ha ha. This facility was established during the late 1980s for the sole purpose of William Birkin's G-Virus project. It can only be entered through a cable car system within Raccoon City's sewers and is also connected to the research center. It is run by a pharmaceutical corporation called Umbrella. Okay, that's a little backstory, you know. That's totally gonna come back to be relevant later. September 28th. I don't know what year it is. Let's just say 1998. Yeah, world building. Yeah, exactly. What is world building? September 28th. No year disclosed. I stepped onto the train and into my new hopeful life, leaving behind this beautiful city. It will be hard not living here in Chicago anymore, but I will adapt to the wonderful equity that is Raccoon City. Equity. At least I hope I will. I sat down on a chair that surprisingly wasn't covered in filth and profanity and stared outside the window, sighing. I'm going to miss Chicago so much. I'm going to miss the weather, the people, my apartment, my friends, even my job. I tapped my foot on the ground to stop myself from crying. People walking by me give me weird looks, like they've never seen a woman about to cry before. Ugh. I normally don't get emotional over things like this, but it has really taken its toll on me. The train started to move. I kept looking outside and didn't remove my eyes from the elegant view. Why am I hyping up Chicago so much? I've never been there. I weakly smiled. My phone suddenly vibrated, making me jump out of my seat. I have received a text from my fiancé, Jonathan. Jonathan. He is such an amazing guy. Everything about him is so amazing. His short brown hair, his amazing, stunning, beautiful blue eyes, his chiseled body. Just everything, really. I would be a powerless female with no relation to who I once was. What the fuck does that mean? Huh? I would be a powerless female with no relation to who I once was. Did I forget to add a sentence? I must have forgotten something there. I don't know. Wait, where am I? I'd hate to lose him. The thought of him made me blush like crazy. Okay, remember this. I'd hate to lose him. Please remember that. Okay? It'll be very relevant later. He is the only person on this planet that understands me. He is the only person who makes me laugh, the only person I've ever truly loved. Remember that? I knew he felt the same way when he proposed to me all those months ago. If anything, I was the happiest I've ever been in my life. I love him so much. I seriously can't picture my life without him. I slid the icon across the screen. Okay, this must not be 1998 then. On my iPhone, I read the message. Can't wait to see you finally. It's been so long. I miss seeing your beautiful smile. Hey, Dale. I miss waking up next to you, and I just miss you. Call me when you arrive. Love you. Don't talk to strangers. Winky face. I laughed softly. It has only been 2 days, and he missed me that much? He's such a liar. Must be attempting to send me down a guilt trip. What? What a weird guy, and I am marrying him. What? I lightly blushed and replied, I'll call you. I won't forget. I love you too. And you know I don't talk to people. I miss you too. Okay. I miss everything about you, even though it has only been 2 days. Winky face. I tapped send and placed my phone into my pocket and smiled. I took one final glimpse of the skyline in Chicago. I sighed with disappointment. The train speed started to pick up. Goodbye, Chicago. I whispered quietly to myself. I took a deep breath, knowing that after today, I would never be the same. I'll never be the same, guys. Ooh. Spicy. Did I miss anything? No? I literally, wrote. I did the comma in the half circle. Shit. The sun has just risen in Raccoon City. All the locals have woken up and watched the news. Some were delighted that the weather was going to be different for once. They all got ready for work, school, and other daily activities. A young couple walked up to their car and started to drive to their destination. The road was abnormally empty, which delighted them since they were running late. The man turned on the radio. All they were getting was static. He quickly switched it off and continued to drive. The woman noticed dogs around, barking at each other, howling and fighting. Huey. She ignored it. She glanced at her boyfriend and smiled, her eyes, and slowly checked his body out. She was more focused on his tattoos, his well-detailed tattoos. His eyes were focused on the road, but he knew that she was looking at him. What's on your mind, hun? You actually made popcorn? Oh, God. He asked. She snapped out of her thoughts. Oh, nothing. I'm seeing a lot of dogs, he chuckled. Zitch dog. That's from fucking How I Met Your Mother. He pointed at the dog. Oh, I literally say it. He pointed at the dog. Zitch dog was a game they saw in How I Met Your Mother. Fuck me. Whenever you're on the road, if you see a dog, you yell at Zitch dog. It's pretty simple. Fuck. That's cringe. Damn it, Phil. He laughed. But seriously, though, isn't that odd? He shrugged his shoulders. Maybe there was a dog show happening and they got out. I wouldn't be worried about it, he assured her. She continued to look out the window and saw something horrifying. Phil! She shrieked. Before they knew it, some of the locals were banging at the car. Ow. Snarling and covered in blood, Phil rolled up the windows. Phil, what's going on? She yelped. The locals were rocking the car. How did they get the jump on us? It was like there's no one. Why is it zombies all of a sudden? Phil kept his foot on the pedal, but the engine started to fuck up on them. I literally wrote fuck up on them. Shit, Phil cursed. The hostiles broke a window in the back. Follow my lead. He forced the door open and grabbed her hand. He pulled her out and ran as fast as they could away from the hostiles. He had a tight grip on her. The hostiles were hot on the tracks. Keep up, come on, he screamed at her. She was shaking, her hands were sweating, which loosened the grip. They eventually lost sight of the hostiles. Phil, go on without me. Okay. Phil, go on without me, she valiantly said, even though there's no zombies there. He stopped in his tracks. What? No, he yelled, not without you. He had pain in his voice, which brought tears to her eyes. Phil, please go. I'm only going to hold you back. She didn't get bit. What the Okay. He didn't want to admit it, but he knew that was true. But I love you, he said softly as he's thinking bad things about you. This made her cry. Just go, she screamed at her. She pushed him, which made him fall down a steep hill. He landed headfirst onto the ground. No concussion. Pain was rushing through the back of his skull. No concussion. He groaned and held the back of his head. No concussion. He looked up and couldn't see her. He struggled to get up, and then he heard her screaming. He heard screaming. It was hers. Amy. He yelled. There's so many fucking potholes, though. I have to pick the holes. Like, this makes no sense. They lost the zombies, and she decides, no, leave without me. She wasn't bit. Clearly, I wanted Amy out of the way, so, you know, Cherry can fuck Phil. That's clearly the whole fucking thought process here, I think, when I was 16. I couldn't think of a good way to kill her off, even though she could have literally just been eaten by a zombie, and it's like, okay, lol. Anyway. But, no concussion. I was just saying that no concussion. I clearly was not a medical expert when I was 16. Hitting your head hard on a rock or something would definitely be cause for concern. You're just memeing? No, you're not. Jesus Christ. That is so loud. It's been so... You know, it's funny. I actually did rewrite this. It's way better, but I'm not reading it. Okay. Next chapter. It is storming. Yeah. They're pissed. They're upstairs. They're pissed. 12 hours later. This long and dreadful train... Fuck being on a train for 12 hours. Jesus Christ. This long and dreadful train ride finally came to its climax. Why did I use the word climax? I got up and collected my bag and stepped off the train. The station was suspiciously quiet. People pushed past me as they were leaving. I climbed up the stairs. It's a beautiful day. Only a few scattered clouds are hanging in the sky. I reached in my pocket for my phone. I called John. I patiently waited for him to answer, but it went to voicemail. That's weird. He always answers it when it's me calling him. I dialed him again, and it again went to voicemail. I sighed. Yeah, I've missed out. I'm setting up the mood. The train's a metaphor. Yeah, went to voicemail. I sighed. I left him a message. Hey, hon, if you get this, please call me back. I love you. I hung up and started walking through the main road in Raccoon City. This place looks so different compared to Chicago. Chicago's loud and filled with people, but here it's really quiet, and I'm not seeing that many people in the streets. Hell, it's completely deserted. The only reason I am here is because today is my first day as a member of the Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Remember that, by the way. Remember that I'm a STARS member. It's a special police unit which is highly respected amongst the country. It is run by some man named John Laurinaitis. That is so fucking cringe. That was a wrestler person guy. If you know, you know. I've never met him, but from what I've heard, he can't be trusted. and is an apparent douchebag yes man. Fuck. I knew. Yeah, this is like a Resident Evil meets wrestling, not really, sort of, kind of story that I wrote when I was 16. Yeah, he can't be trusted. Yeah, no shit. Context, Laurinaitis recent, or like last year, was part of the scandal that Vince McMahon's involved in, where he and Vince brutally fucking assaulted a woman, blah blah blah. It's a whole thing, look it up. But Laurinaitis was implicated in that, so good call, but he can't be trusted. I'm hoping I don't have to run into him today. It is the last thing I need. Okay. When I turned the corner, I noticed that there really weren't many people in the streets. All cars were peculiar. I can't even say that. Peculiar. I can't fucking say that word. They're weird. They're weirdly scattered across the road. I froze in my position when I noticed there were bloodstains everywhere and bodies lying all over the place, just all of a sudden. What the hell is going on here? My heart rate increased. I needed to get some answers. I quietly walked along the sidewalk, and then I heard noises coming from an alleyway. Hello, is anyone there? What's going on? I waited for a response. The noise suspiciously stopped, though. Answer me. I heard moans. They didn't sound right. Because moans sound not right. Not bad. With courage, I stepped into the alleyway. I'm a police officer, by the way. I put out my survival knife. This was a gift from John. He knew it would keep me safe. I think I should have a gun, realistically. Hello, don't be scared. I'm here to help you, I think. At the end of the alleyway, I saw what looked to be a child. She was standing over a body. I quickly ran over to her, but stopped when I noticed that she didn't look... normal. Settle down, Bessie. Settle down. The body she is glaring at looks to have been eaten alive. My heart starts beating fast again. Hey, you. Okay? That's grammar. Are you okay? I'm assuming was what I was meant to say. I asked the girl, but got no response. She then slowly turned her head. I gasped in horror. Her eyes were pale. Her face looked vacant. She had blood all over her body. Some pieces of her flesh were hanging off. She wailed. She's a whale now. I slowly stepped back as she slowly approached me. My heart was beating so fast as if it was going to burst out of my chest. I retreated, not taking my eyes off her. I had a firm grip on my knife. I tripped over a hole in the ground, and she charged at me. She climbed atop me and tried to bite me. I tried to force her away, but she wasn't giving up without a fight. It's a fucking kid! I had one hand pulling her away and the other hand trying to reach for my knife. She snarled. I started to panic. I finally got my hands on my knife and quickly stabbed her in the head. It's a kid. Kid zombie. She didn't move afterwards. I got up and dusted myself off. Yeah, I just gotta get the dust off. I stared at her motionless body and examined it. She had a shitload of teeth marks. She had shitload of teeth marks on her. It is raining fucking hard. Very hard outside. Was she bitten, possessed, or God forbid on drugs? Must be drugs. 1 second. It's hailing outside. Yeah, it must be drugs. Whatever she was, I hope I don't see anymore. I uttered under my breath. I slowly made it back to my feet and turned around. You can hear that, can't you? That is so fucking loud. I hope I don't lose power. Maybe the worst time to lose power. Yeah, it's just a massive thunderstorm right now. Yeah, I slowly made it back to my feet. 1 second. Yeah, I hope I don't see any more. Made it back to my feet. I turned around. I screamed in horror. More of them were standing right in front. How did they get the jump on me? They're fucking zombies, mate. They looked like they were ready to attack. I was completely surrounded. Fuck me. I whispered under my breath. That's valid. Then the next chapter. What are you guys saying? Did I miss anything? Alright. I was surrounded by the undead. I only had a shitty knife. This knife was good before. What do you mean? I knew I was minutes away from death's grip. These things slowly crept up towards me. I threw the knife at one of... Whoa! Why would I throw a knife? It caused it to fall to the ground, moaning, but it seemed to piss off the others. I slowly retreated, however, they followed me. If I had a gun, I would shoot them. Why don't you have a gun, mate? You're a fucking police officer. I found big, heavy rocks on the ground and pegged it at them. Go on, mate. Fucking zombie outbreak in Australia. Some of them remained motionless, but 6 of them were still standing and creeping up towards me. I gasped when I recognized one of them. I shook my head in denial. Tears started running down my face. No, 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 I screamed. They snarled and proceeded to approach me. No, this can't be happening. A lot of emotions were going through my head. Mostly sadness, pain, misery, despair, every depressing emotion. Every emotion was going through my head. John? His face was covered in blood, and he was missing an arm. He wasn't the man I fell in love with. No shit. I knew at this moment that I didn't want to live anymore. I can't live anymore. Remember, because I can't live without him, or whatever it was I said earlier. I knew I wouldn't have the strength and will to kill him, but I killed the zombie child. I stopped moving and breathed in slowly and shut my eyes tightly. Their moans, I used the wrong there, were getting closer and louder. I was about to be eaten alive, and I didn't care. Goodbye, I whispered to the world. I'm so edgy. Girl guns. Oh my god. Wait, where is it? One of them snarled, which you can tell was inches away from me. I screamed until I heard gunshots. 6 to be exact. I quickly opened my eyes, and to my disbelief, they were all on the ground dead. I gasped and observed their bullet wounds, all in their heads. I guess that's an easy way to kill them. I need to take note of that. I looked up and saw a man. He had 2 pistols in his hands. He slowly approached me. I noticed beautiful hazel eyes. Beautiful hazel eyes. My dead fiancé is on the ground. I said I can't live without him. He's the love of my life. Beautiful hazel eyes. Wait, why am I thinking that? He looked like he was in great shape, tattoos covering his arms. He had a lip ring. He doesn't anymore. Feels bad. And he had a very cocky, arrogant smile. So it's like, why do I notice that? Why am I noticing the physical, like, features of this man? Yeah, very cocky, arrogant smile. That's odd. I raised my eyebrow while I examined his perfect figure. Hey, are you okay? He asked, sounding concerned. I snapped out of my thoughts. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. He smiles. Name's Phil. Phil Brooks. He graciously held his hand out. Thanks again, Phil. I'm Cherry. I shook his hand. Love your guns. He chuckled. I wouldn't say it. Oh my god, cringe. I wouldn't say they are guns, but they are pretty big. This is why you go to the gym. I raised my eyebrow confused. Oh no, I meant your actual guns, not your muscles. What is writing, man? He frowned. Come on, we'll save a chit-chat for later. We need a place to take shelter. And maybe find you some guns. Looks like you might need it. He appears to be mocking me. He's probably thinking I've never held a gun before. Well, you probably fucking haven't, Cherry. Fuck. I raised my eyebrow. Lots of eyebrow raising. He laughs at it. My fiance's not even fucking, like, cold. You know? Kind of. He's not cold yet. And I'm already looking at this man like, oh, hello. Hi. You saved my life. Thank you so much. Go fuck me now. He walked very cautiously, looking for a surplus shop or something. See, this is a missed opportunity for this to not be Kendo's gun shop. 16-year-old Cherry didn't think about that. Apart from the moans, there was silence between us. So, Cherry, what brings you to Raccoon City? He asked. The silence must have been annoying him, so now he's making small talk. Captain Obvious. Well, today I was supposed to be my first day working at the police department under the STARS unit. He stopped and looked very shocked and laughs. Yeah, right, a pretty girl like you, a STARS member. He keeps laughing. I had an urge to slap his arm, but then I noticed he had a Pepsi tattoo. He does have a Pepsi tattoo, fun fact for those that don't know. Why is there a Pepsi tattoo on your arm? I asked while poking at it. Now I'm touching the man. Well, let's just say I love Pepsi so much that I had to get a tattoo on my skin, and I thought it would look cool. I don't know why. I can't remember if he's actually admitted why he has it. Maybe it's that. I don't know. It sounded sarcastic, but kept chuckling. I rolled my eyes and kept our awkward conversation going. Anyway, I'm a specialist at making explosives, and when it comes to weapons, I am a deadly force to be messed with. Where is my weapons? I can't be talking all of his, like, top dog shit and not have anything to back it up. What is wrong with me? Yeah, I'm deadly forced to be messed with. Ha ha ha, says the one that was ready to die 10 minutes ago. He laughs. So where are your guns and explosives then? He seems to like mocking people, especially me. Woe is me, I guess. It's my first day, remember? And besides, they don't allow people to own guns in Chicago. I feel like that's a lie. That is why I am not armed. Yeah, police officer made. I'm pretty sure you can equip a gun as a police officer, surely. Where am I? Yeah, that's why I'm not armed. I do have some explosive with... What? I don't have a gun, but I have explosives. Wouldn't you argue explosives are more dangerous than guns? I'm not done yet, little cherry. No, just hang out with your dad. Yeah, so sarcastically and annoyed. Chicago, huh? I grew up there, and you better not be blowing me to smithereens. I smiled. What? We continued walking. Stay out of my brain, Phil, he gasped. So you do want to blow me up? I don't believe that's meant to be, like, innuendo. I think I just wrote like shit. I was joking, Phil. Keep calm. Oh my god. He sighed with relief. So what brings you to Raccoon City, Phil? He stops again. He lets out a sigh. I don't want to talk about it. He seemed unhappy about it, so I avoided anything revolving around that question. Okay, try to think of a joke to lighten the mood. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. Do you like fish sticks? I think I watched South Park around this time. He turned his head to me, raising his eyebrows, smirking. Why do you? I opened my mouth, but couldn't think of a good comeback or anything to say in general. Alright, I guess I didn't finish the punchline. He took the silence as to me admitting that I do. There is something wrong. It's fish sticks! Fish fingers! Go on, mate. There's something wrong with you, he said, laughing. I scoffed. This was going to be a long day. I don't even know. It's so bad. I'm only on the 4th page out of 23 as well, by the way. Eerie moans can be heard in the distance. People screaming and flesh being ripped from lifeless bodies. The thought of seeing people eating one another made me sick. Okay. How did this happen? I whispered. Oh, how did this happen? Well, the real question is, why did Umbrella unleash that stupid fucking virus into the fucking world? He yells. He looks very angry. How the fuck does he know that? I placed my hand on his shoulder. His face softened. What virus and what about Umbrella? I asked him. He placed his hand on mine. We know each other for like 20 minutes, I'd say. Never mind. My sister worked for them in an underground facility called the Hive. This is shit. She was a spy, but no one knew, thankfully. She was going to smuggle a newly developed virus called the B virus. The berry virus, probably. I don't know. And expose Umbrella for what they are. So, context, this is the plot of the first movie, apparently. Yes, expose Umbrella for what they are, which is, I asked, selfish motherfucking assholes. Yeah, that's one way to put it. I sympathetically smiled. Apparently earlier today, some idiot scientist dropped the virus and thus allowing all this to happen. How does he know that? He was driving with his missus down the road. I feel cringe. I feel nothing but cringe. My eyes widened in disbelief, so I'm guessing the virus is legit, considering all this shit occurring. No fucking shit, you dumb cunt. He smiled. Why is he smiling? When the virus escaped, some bitch of a computer killed everyone in the Hive. That's literally a fucking dialogue from the movie. Sort of, kind of. He stopped, and a tear fell down from his cute face. Shut up, Cherry! She didn't make it out, did she? I was referring to his sister. He took a deep breath and nods. I felt so sorry for him. I wanted to hug him, but he is still a stranger to me. I'm sorry, Phil. I didn't mean to bring it up. It's fine, really, but the main reason I'm here is because he choked up. There's a lot of weird inspiration, a lot of weird shit in the story. I had an amazing girlfriend, and she didn't make it. Tears were forming in his hazel eyes. Stop mentioning his hazel eyes, mate. Now I have a great reason for bringing his corporation down. I rubbed his shoulder in a comforting way. May I join you? I'm a police officer, again. I asked, after hearing his story, I really want to bring down Umbrella. They ruined our lives. Yeah, and I'm going to pay. He only weakly smiles. Weakly? Weakenly? I feel like that's not even a word. Why do you want to help me all of a sudden? I sighed and told him my side of the story. Umbrella ruined my life too. You know, back there when you shot those zombies? He nods. Well, the reason I didn't fight back is because I started to cry. One of them was my fiance. Phil's face softened. What's with the softening of faces? I was supposed to be meeting up with him to tell him about stars. How does he not know about stars? Oh, thanks for the rating. How was just... I forgot about him so fucking fast, man. It gets worse. It gets really, really worse. How was your stream? How was Silent Hill? Slightly paralyzing. Oh god. Oh, I'm sorry, bestie. How was your stream overall, though? Hey, Pyramid. Hey, Hush. We are reading my fanfic right now. So if you want to listen to cringe, disgusting... Thanks for the sub. Just awful writing from 16-year-old me. Yeah, you're here for it. Okay, Raccoon City. Yeah, fuck that movie. Hi, some dude.
Hi, Cherry.
Hi. Happy New Year, everyone. Maybe ever again. Well, get some popcorn, bestie. Sit back, relax, wipe off your makeup. Or keep it on, either either. And, yeah, cringe. The bestseller? Oh, you gonna buy it, Ollie? You gonna buy it? Okay, but if anyone here's new, I'm Cherry, Survival Horror stream from Australia. I do play also Resident Evil and Silent Hill. This is the last stream of the year. There's a massive thunderstorm outside that you may or may not hear sometimes. And yeah, as a present, a going away, end of year thing. An audiobook, fuck off. We're reading my fanfic. I haven't read this on stream since like the 7th of January last year, so almost 2 years. And a majority of our community here weren't here January last year. So this is the first time for maybe 80% of them hearing it. Since everything? No, bestie. I gotta read the stuff. The shirt button. Oh god. Put the milk away. Alright, where am I up to? Wait. Okay, yeah, I was supposed to be meeting up with him to tell him about stars. We were also supposed to be getting married on Tuesday. I'm supposed to be marrying John in like 4 days or some shit. He becomes a zombie. He gets killed. I see this man, all tatted with beautiful eyes. I'm like on him. I'm supposed to be getting married in a few days. I can't live without John, by the way. I can't live without him. Remember that. Now, John's the one that's dead. John's the fiance. Phil is CM Punk. That's CM Punk. This is the Punk one, yeah. Punk should have a concussion, but he doesn't for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It gets worse. There's a lot of loose ends that I never follow up on because I don't fucking know why. I don't know. Yeah, so to getting married on Tuesday. More tears came running down from my face. Phil had a look of disdain. Fuck, he was mad or sad or whatever. He wiped my tears away. He awkwardly hugged me, but I actually felt nice. I'm so sorry, and yes, you can join me, he said, making me feel better. I pulled him away, then let's get some guns, I said, trying to sound cheery. He smiles at me, and we started to walk again, and I noticed while we were walking, he didn't take his beautiful eyes off me. My fiance. I'm supposed to get married to him in a few days, mate. 1% sloppy? Oh, there's a cooldown. Wait. It's supposed to be a cooldown. What's going on? Should be 100. Oh, fiance. Well, to be fair, Jonathan is supposed to be Dean Ambrose, who is now John Moxley in AEW. And it's actually kind of funny how this is like written, because around this time I was kind of like struggling with like to think who was hotter, Punk or Ambrose. Today, like Moxley, he ain't it anymore. He doesn't have his hair anymore. He kind of just, he always like blades, which means he cuts his head open to like to bleed. Like, it's like a wrestling thing. And yeah, over the years, Ambrose slash Moxley's kind of going down, and Punk's going all the way up. So yeah, but Ambrose 10 years ago was hot, but he's not anymore. What do you mean, excuse me? Do you know who it is? Do you know who I'm talking about? John Marston Fic? Oh god. Yeah, so it's a thing that wrestlers do. So sometimes they do get like legit like hit on the head and can bleed, but usually when the camera's not on them, they'll like get like a shaving thingy, a razor, and just like stab their head to cause like to draw blood. It's a very hardcore way to do it. They did it so much like 20, 30 years ago. But yeah, that's what wrestlers do to draw blood. So if you're ever watching wrestling, you know, someone gets like hit in the head and all of a sudden there's blood everywhere and it seems very like fake. It's because when the camera's not on them, it is quickly like stabbing themselves in the head, basically. Yeah, it's something, alright. Not in wrestling, but not. So she keeps mentioning that. I do keep mentioning his eyes a lot, that is true. Yeah, Eddie was fucking covered in blood. That was so much. Because she did, yeah. Things fake. Actually, it is predetermined. Alright. Stop distracting me, guys. Fuck. The heat and exhaustion were starting to take its toll on me. I haven't eaten anything for hours. I'm not one to complain, but I really need to eat or drink something before I end up being the food for these zombies. Being the food for the zombies. I suddenly felt very dizzy. My legs were ready to give out in any minute. I felt sweat dripping from my head. Hey, are you okay? Phil asked, looking concerned. I... think... I'm dehydrated. Need... water. Comma. Food. I mumbled. He pushed me gently against the wall. It's hard to fuck me. I'm kidding. It made me sit down. Stay here. I'll go find you water and food. I nodded. Take this. He handed me his gun. Why don't I have his gun already? Yes, two of them. Fucker. I'm joking. There is no sex. It was heavy and loaded. No shit. It's a gun. I smiled graciously. Thanks. Please hurry. He nodded and disappeared from my sight. I hid my face in my knees and felt like crying. Why would you do that? There's zombies everywhere, mate. My life is done for. John is dead. I'm going to die, and hell, this world is done for. How do I know that? It's just Raccoon City, mate. I should just give up now. Maybe Phil will then have a chance to survive. I'm a police officer. But he might feel the same way too. After he told me that his girlfriend is probably dead, I felt extremely sorry for him and want to fuck him. He doesn't say that. I am surprised that he somehow manages to keep a smile on his face. Why does he keep a smile on his face? He must be dying inside, just like I am. Are you though? I heard a rustling sound. I sat my head up and looked cautiously around the area. I couldn't see anything. I grabbed the gun tightly and aimed it. Sloppy. I hope she's not. I hope she's doing her own thing. My hand was shaking from being scared and the fact that this gun is heavy. You're a police officer! I held my hand, give me better leverage. Yeah, nah. Yeah, that's true. I heard another rustling sound. I jumped up, even though I should not have. My legs had pins and needles. Pins and needles do suck though. They don't hurt, but they are very painful sometimes. That makes no sense, but you know what I mean. I tapped my foot rapidly to get rid of the annoying pain. Yeah. I slowly walked forward, a gun in hand, and observed the street. Something tapped my shoulder. I fell to the ground screaming, "Whoa, Cherry!" She's why would you do that, Phil, mate? I'd fucking shoot you in the head. Go on. Phil reassured me. I calmed down. He held his hand out, pulled me up. Dumb concept, I know. It's trouble. I don't know, Ink. It's cringe. Oh, those emotes are cute. Look at the cute kitties. Oh my god. Oh, very sus. Yeah, he held his hand out, pulled me up. Damn it, Phil, you scared the shit out of me. I wrote put instead of out. Oops. He chuckled. I know. I rolled my eyes and noticed his arm was cut. Phil saw it too. Oh my god, let me take a look at it. Before I could respond, he gently grabbed my arm and examined. Oh wait, I have a cut? Oh, my arm. Yeah, my arm is cut. Okay, never mind. He carefully placed his thumb over the cut. Why would you do that? Oh, that stinged, I whined. Sorry, he said with concern. He then ripped a bit of his shirt. Okay. Ripped a bit of his shirt. Of course he fucking did. And wrapped it around the cut. It's a fucking small cut! You don't need to rip the fucking shirt. He just wants me to fuck him, doesn't he? Get wrapped around a cut. Keep pressure on it. Okay, I smiled weakly. Why am I smiling weakly all the time? Okay, thanks, Phil. He also smiled weakly. What is with the weak smile? Before I forget, he grabbed a bottle of water. I found this. I snatched it out of his hand and scalded it. Scalded. That's why she can't use a gun. Where is it? Yeah, Phil looked flabbergasted. That's a big word. Flabbergasted. Thanks for lurking, Illy love. Whoa, take it easy. You have to conserve it. No, I fucking don't. I choked on it and started coughing. Dumbass. Phil patted my back. You okay? I nodded. I placed the lid on top of the bottle and handed it to Phil. Thanks, Phil. End of that. I love RE4 remake. Not yet. It's 4:30 p.m. So it'll be New Year's in like 8 hours or something. This is page 5. The sun starts to disappear from our sight. It's getting darker, making it harder to see things. Why wouldn't there be streetlights? Phil and I have been walking for a while, trying to find ammunition and shelter. It's starting to get cold. Oh no, it's so cold. How are you spending your New Year's? Oh yeah, hashtag blessed. I now regret wearing a dress. Why am I wearing a dress? A dress with stockings and no cardigan. I guess envision Ada's dress, maybe? Mario remake? Bill notices my shivering and gave me his jacket. Aw, what a fucking gentleman. Phil, you don't have to. He smiles. I know. There was a small pause when I had an idea. The police station. Why would we not think about that? I yelled in sudden realization. I'm a police officer. It's my first day. Why would I not go to the police station? Dumbass. Took you long enough to figure that out. I'm calling myself out. In my story, I guess. Great. There he goes with the mocking again. Why would he think of it then? Why is he mocking me when he could have been like, hey, let's go to the police station. Let's check that out. We're both idiots, clearly. I gave him a look of annoyance. What does that mean? He laughs. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll head there. Might be safer anyway. I blush. Why am I blushing? Why am I blushing? Happy New Year's, Daddy's girl. What 2020? Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be streaming on the 2nd, so it'll be New Year's Eve already for everybody. I haven't run yet. There's been no more zombie encounters. Yeah, because of his eyes. It's those beautiful hazel eyes. I knew we weren't far from there, probably 2 blocks or so. I heard moaning coming from behind us. I turned my head and grabbed Phil's arm. He turned his head and quickly grabbed his gun. Where's my gun? The zombie sprinted towards us. He quickly shot him in the head. He sighed, and for some reason, I started to... What was it? What? I started to giggle. Oh my god, you killed a zombie for me. Oh my god. Okay. Phil raised his eyebrow. Why are you so amused? Why are you amused? He asked, you killed a zombie. I find that funny. Why do I... He smiled. You, my friend, are a weird individual. No shit. I grinned. Yeah, I know. Everyone I've ever come in contact with said that. So I distanced myself from people. John was the only person who didn't find me weird, I sadly stated. Phil frowned. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in that way. He added, I know you didn't. It's okay. I am weird and I'm okay with that. Doesn't sound like you are, mate. I proudly announced. Yeah, she's fucking lying. Put the cringes away, please. Me too, I smiled. We finally made it to the police station. We didn't encounter any more zombies, which was good. But so odd. I had a bad feeling about that. Uh-huh. We entered the station, expecting to see survivors, but it was empty. No bloodstains anywhere, or bodies. Then again, the station is huge. They will come out. We walked around the main hall, and there was a handgun on a bench. Finally, I sighed of easements. Phil just stares at me. I chucked his gun back to— Don't throw a fucking gun, mate! And I started to caress the gun. I'm weird. He raised an eyebrow and chuckled with confusion. If you're going to have sex with that gun, let me know now so I can go vomit. What the fuck is this dialogue? I laughed at him. I'm not going to have sex with Phil. It's been a while. ... cuts me off. Too much info. What? I don't know. Okay, yeah, I sighed, but continued to investigate the police station. He follows me, still covering... I don't know. He looks so cute for some reason. Okay. I rolled my eyes. We opened a door that led to the main hallway. We finished the path until we saw a body. Oh, we followed the path until we saw a body. Phil removes his hands from his ears in disbelief. The body was missing a head. Ooh. Oh my god. I started to cover my mouth. Try not to vomit. This must be the liquor hallway, I'm assuming. Phil examines the body. There is no way a zombie could have done this. He didn't sound happy about that. Then what did? Before he could answer, something smashes through the window. Oh, it's a liquor, I think. Making me scream, and he jumped. It disappears. Aw, really? What the fuck was that? He asked, looking scared. I opened my mouth but couldn't say anything. Come on, let's head back. Is that really the only... Yeah, okay, I got a cameo from a liquor, I guess. Yeah, what the fuck was that? He asked, looking scared. I opened my mouth but couldn't say anything. Come on, let's head back. He wrapped his arm around me tightly and we backtracked. Why would we backtrack? Extremely cautious, my heart was pounding so fast, so was Phil's. How would I know that? We made it to the main hall. We then started to hear horrible screeching noises. Phil, I think we should go now. We barely investigated the police station. What? He doesn't say anything, but nods in agreement. We quickly head out, but something blocked our path. Its body had no... Oh, here it is. Its body had... Thanks for the bits. No skin, but textured muscle. It had no eyes, but its brain was visibly exposed. It had a long tongue. Load up. That's to a film? No. Oh my god, no. We were frozen. Our hearts were beating. How do I know that his heart was beating fast, mate? I couldn't stop shaking. The monster looked like it was ready to take a swipe at us with its huge, sharp claws. It hissed. Quick, run. Yes, because let's run away from a liquor. He pulled me by the arm, and we began to sprint as fast as we could from this thing. Phil grabbed his gun and started shooting at it. Why aren't I shooting? But it kept running. We made it to a corridor, but it was a dead end. A window was the difference between life and death. Quick, jump through it. What? We broke through the window. I felt some pieces of the glass cut my hands. Oh. We fell into a ditch and remained there, hoping it would sniff us out. I don't know where this is supposed to be, location-wise. Phil and I. Wrong grammar here. I wrote me and Phil. That's so... cringe. Phil and I were panting. What the fuck was that thing? I whispered. Phil stared at me. He knew I was scared. He pulled me to him and hugged me very tightly. I cried. Why am I crying? I cried into his soft chest. I don't know, he answered. He noticed the deep cuts on his hand. Wait. On his hands or my hands? He wiped away the blood of his sleeve from his shirt. We're screwed, aren't we? I asked. Already knowing the answer. We are so screwed, guys. The liquor should have totally licked us with his tongue, but I guess I didn't think about that. We sat in fear. We were both still shaking. Phil had his arm wrapped around me. I felt his heart beating What is my obsession with his fucking heart now? I feared it would burst out of his chest. We were chased by something. I couldn't wrap my head around why it was there and where did it come from. Until it dawned on me. Umbrella! I whispered loudly. How did I think it's umbrella immediately? Phil just looked at me. He didn't say anything. I thought to myself, why would umbrella create this thing and why is it in the city? You okay, Cherry? He asked. He asked me. He sounded worried. I came back to reality. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just scared, that's all. Not every day you get chased by a monster. He chuckles. Don't worry, I'm scared too. He held me tighter. Can we stop touching? Please? I'm gonna find a way out of the city. Fuck yeah, I exclaimed. He laughed at that, I guess. I caught the Pokemon. We got up and started walking very cautiously and quietly away from the station. We barely looked at the station. We just found a gun and a liquor. Fucking hell. Okay. I kept hearing moans in the distance. I got really shaky. Phil noticed. He rubbed my shoulder gently. I wondered why he was being so protective and comforting all of a sudden. Stop with the sus noises. Damn. A zombie popped out from nowhere and I quickly shot it. Oh, now I'm capable of holding it. Okay. A weird feeling rushed through my body. I shook it off. The zombie grabbed a hold of my leg. I screamed to Phil, shot it. Phil stabbed it in the head. Where did he get a knife? I clinged onto his arm, burying my face into his... Fuck, stop touching him! Burying my face onto his chest. That is why you aim for the head. Why didn't I aim for the head? I laughed sarcastically, but still continuing to shake. You're really scared, aren't you? Why am I scared? Yes, yeah, I just don't want to die. Especially by being eaten from these things. Do you keep in mind that 20 minutes ago I was ready to die and be eaten by these things? I was ready to die, and now all of a sudden I don't want to die. Continuity problems. He chuckled. Don't worry, I'll protect you and make sure you survive long enough to expose Umbrella. I promise. He sounded truthful, but I had my doubts. Why? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. He sighs. Cherry, before he could finish his sentence, I saw some huge thing walking in the distance. He had a huge axe. Ooh, executioner? Why? I tried to scream, but Phil covered my mouth. Why would I scream? I am so stupid. I'm a police officer, by the way. Where the fuck are we? I lost... Okay, we hid behind a truck. We stood in fear as we watched him walk past us. He was still covering my mouth. When we noticed he was gone, we got up and kept walking. Okay, a cameo from the executioner from RE5, I suppose. Or the movie. Pick your pick. I kept looking back for our own safety. Phil, what were you going to say before I saw that thing? I like how we just kind of stopped caring about it. I whispered, it's not important, but what is important is that we leave this fucking city. I laughed. As we were walking, we heard loud thumping sounds. We turned around to see it was that Axeman. Shit, run! We ran as fast as we could, but this thing was pretty fast. I kept shooting his legs to no prevail. It clearly made him angrier. I then noticed a tank that was leaking fuel. That's convenient. Phil, shoot the gas tank. Shoot the gas tank, as Sherry says to Jake in RE6. He quickly shot at it, and it exploded in the monster's face. We were both panting. Thankfully, that thing isn't moving anymore. Alright, that was easy. You okay, Cherry? Yeah, I'm fine. Let's keep moving. Let's get going. I kept looking back just in case that thing got up and threw that axe at us. He must have killed him or incapacitated him. Bill sighed with delight. Cherry, look, a surplus shop. Just say gun shop, mate. He sounded happy. Fucking finally, I stated. Phil laughs. Come on, let's get us some firepower and some explosives. He winks at me. That would be awesome. I thought I said I had explosives on me, but maybe I was lying. We're on page 6. Oh wait, that's my sister. Sister messaged me. Imagine. 18? About 18? Okay. 47s, magnums, shotguns, grenades. I'm in heaven. Phil laughs at my statement. I must sound like a little girl in a toy store. It's a gun shop, mate. Calm down, Cherry. We'll just take what we need. Take all of it. I frowned. Which is everything we'll need. No, which is everything. We'll need all of this. We would be unstoppable killing machines. No one will mess with us with the badass motherfuckers of guns. I guess other alive people don't exist in this story, I guess? I guess everyone's just dead. All the people that got off a train just vanish from the face of the earth, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Phil chuckled and smiled. He has a cute smile. Haha, okay. I really wrote haha, okay. You're carrying them, though. The last thing I need is a broken back or arms because you are a gun nut. I'm not a gun nut. How am I a gun nut if I don't have a gun on me? I gave him the stare of pure evil. Evil cherryberry? Ooh. Maybe I foreshadowed me being evil cherryberry just by saying pure evil here. He just laughs. Suddenly the power goes off. I don't know. Huh? I uttered quietly. Damn it, we really needed that to happen to us. You love using sarcasm, don't you? Yep, I blushed. He noticed and laughed. You love blushing, don't you? Oh, shut up, Philip. Why am I calling him Philip? He laughs and then pulls a serious face. No one calls me Philip. I laughed. Sorry, Philip. I promise I won't do it again, Philip. Jesus Christ, I'm cringe. I said pop in the P. Philip. He tries to stay serious, but bursts out laughing. You're just begging for an ass whooping. Oh my god. We've known each other for like maybe an hour at this point, and we're already like flirting and shit. Maybe I winked. He laughs. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to then. He winks. He starts walking up to me. I doubt he would really kick my ass. You're a police officer! Just fucking knock him down! Try to stay serious, but again, burst out laughing and said, I can't do it. I don't want to hurt you. He keeps laughing. I think he had a tear in his eye from laughing too much. It's so fucking funny, I guess. I was bluffing, but, you know what? I'm getting confused. Does he like... Oh, God, fuck off! Does he like me? I think that's what I'm about to say here, but I cut myself off. I cut off my inner thoughts. No, he doesn't. Phil slowly walks up to me. His face softened. Everything is soft. In this. He stopped. Okay, he stopped when he was a few inches away from my lips. He looked into my eyes for a while. He then placed his hand softly on my cheek and then proceeded to kiss me. We've known each other for an hour. Maybe less. Why are we kissing each other? About to kiss each other. Why? Why? Where is it? Yeah, he proceeded to kiss me until someone kicks the door open. This stopped him in his tracks. This was a woman. She wasn't infected. She had short black hair and was wearing a mini skirt and a tube-top. Okay, this is supposed to be Jill. I guess movie Jill. Because she doesn't have black hair in the game, stupid cherry. Who is that in the situation? Who are you? She said as she approaches us. She had a handgun in her hand. I'm Phil and she's Cherry. We are victims from this assault from Umbrella. Alright then, mate. This woman widens her eyes when he said Umbrella. Umbrella, huh? I'm guessing you already know that they caused this. We both nodded. Well, I'm also guessing you know their plans. We both stared at each other in confusion. What plans? They're going to blow up the city at dawn. How the fuck does she know that? She answered. Phil and I looked at each other with disgust and fear. I'm sorry, who are you? I asked. Jill Valentine. Ooh. Resident Evil. Hello. Now I'm fucking quoting the movie. They plan to completely sanitize Raccoon City, Jill explained. What exactly do you mean by sanitize? Are they gonna blow up the entire city? I asked. Yep, with a missile. Oh my god. It's gonna destroy everything, leaving no evidence of Umbrella's involvement. It's been happening for like an hour. How is Umbrella already going to nuke the city? Like, time does not exist in my story. At all. Phil rolled his eyes in disgust. That's bullshit. No fucking way it'll get away with it. It'll be all over the fucking... That is literally a quote from the fucking movie. It'll be all over the fucking news. Phil snapped. I placed my hand on his shoulder and rubbed it softly. I saw a small smile. Why? And his face softened. I clearly don't know any synonyms, antonyms for softened, it seems. I can't use another word but softened, apparently. Right now we need to get out of the city, Jill stated. We stood up, then we should hurry. We quickly left the store and made our way out of the city. We didn't get out of the city. I should have said made our way towards outside of the city or something. Shouldn't we drive? Phil asked. No, it would bring attention to us. Believe me, that is the last thing we need. Jill seems to know everything. So Jill, who exactly are you? I asked out of curiosity. I'm a member of STAR's Alpha team. How do I not know that? I cut her off. So am I, or I was going to be. Yeah, okay. She looked at me confused. Today was meant to be my first day, but all this shit happened. So yeah. She laughs. I noticed. Why would Jill laugh at me? I noticed Phil rolled his eyes. Must not be liking the potential girl talk that I am having. but I noticed he grabbed my hand and it held it tightly. Why are we still touching each other? I stared at our intertwining hands for a long period of time. Why are we holding hands so weirdly? Shit, I wasn't even paying attention to what Jill was saying. So here I am. I guess she was talking while I'm staring at Phil's hands. Got it. I just smiled at her, pretending I heard everything she was saying. We kept walking until we heard loud footsteps in the distance. Phil grabbed my hand and Jill pulled out her gun. I then saw something approaching us. He looked massive. I believe he was holding a minigun. Oh god, I'm going to die. Fucking fantastic. I'm thinking this, by the way. Yeah, poor John, right? Poor fiance man that I was gonna marry in 4 days. Poor fucking John, man. Guys, hi, Jill whispered. We hid inside a building. We hid behind a counter. I was on the end. On the end? At the end? And watched this thing walk past. He wasn't human. I'm guessing Umbrella created this thing. Just as he passed, he yelled, "Stars." Phil rapped. Actually, no, what? He yelled that. This is fake, Nemi. Phil wrapped his arm around my waist. Why did he say that? Is he hunting down stars? I did not want to know. I saw Jill's face. She looked scared. She must be thinking the same thing. Cherry, Jill whispered. Yeah? He's after us. We must hurry. We both nodded and quietly got up. Then all of a sudden, the monster came out of nowhere. He stared at us. Why would he stare at us? He looked disfigured. If he is a mutation, then we are 100% fucked. Oh, he does it again. Stars, he yelled. Shit, run! I yelled. Why is everyone yelling? We ran out as fast as we could. He started chasing us. For a big guy, he sure can run fast. Our path was blocked. Shit, Phil said. Jill started shooting at this thing. Why? Okay, never mind. Phil and I did the same. The monster roared. It really hurt my ears. I noticed a small corner. So there was a small corner and motioned for us to run there. What fucking corner? Jill led and Phil ran behind me. We slowly walked through it and fell into a huge ditch. We lay there flat and completely still. We were panting like crazy. Phil was sweating like crazy. Why am I noticing this sweat? Jill seemed calm but scared. How can you be so calm? I whispered softly. This isn't the first time I've seen him. Phil gasped. How the fuck did you survive the first time? He asked. The same question was running through my head. Pure luck. Phil chuckled. You know what? You know, luck is for losers. That's a thing that Punk used to say on TV. Luck is for losers, guys. I think he has a tattooed on him or something. Phil added. Jill sighed. I know. Okay, yeah, she knows. I quietly laughed. Okay, I'm gonna go check if the coast is clear. Why is Nemesis not chasing us anymore? If it isn't, then I'll run and you two escape. What about you? I asked. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Just make sure you both escape and take down Umbrella. I would attempt to plead, but she'll be okay, I think. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Bye, bitch. Jill nods and gets up, and eventually she is gone. I and Phil. Phil and I! What is my wording? Phil and I. Not I and Phil. Fuck. Because that's in 2024? I don't know. This year was pretty good, eh? I am reading my fanfic that I wrote when I was 16. Their love language is it's physical touch, clearly. Small sense in village? Where are we? Yeah, okay, see you soon. Jill nods and gets up. Eventually she's gone. Yeah, Phil and I remained in our position. We didn't hear anything. Do you think she'll make it? Phil asked. I sighed. I hope so. Then we hear screaming. It was Jill. Did I kill Jill? I jumped out of a ditch and Phil followed and quickly grabbed me. Phil, let me. He covers my mouth. Stop touching me. And pulls me back. I try to fight it, but he has a tight grip on me. We have to escape, Jerry. She'll be fine. He whispered in my ear. His warm breath felt so intoxicating. So intoxicating. Oh my god. He released me and faced me towards him. She'll be fine. I smiled. He placed his hand on my waist. Why are you touching my body? He then pulled me against his warm body. I didn't know why he was hugging me, but it was so comforting. He sighed. What's wrong? I asked. He pulled away. It's nothing. We should go. I smiled, and then we cautiously left. I looked around. Jill and the monster were gone. I hope she's okay. I feel like I killed Jill off screen. Foreshadowing the movie! Oh, look at me! I'm a fucking genius! I foreshadowed the stupid movie. I'm hoping Jill's alright and knows what she is doing. I hope she escapes. Phil and I haven't encountered that monster yet. I am hoping we don't. That thing was scarier than... That thing was scarier than that thing with the tongue we encountered at the police station. That thing was scarier than that thing. I'm good at describing sometimes. I'm very good with descriptive words. I passed English. It was more intimidating than that X-Men. They said I used the right than there. More intimidating than that X-Men. We, walking through a dark alleyway. Probably not the smartest thing, but better than being invisible and vulnerable to the monsters. Nah, I'm not. I'm gonna end stream when I'm done with the story, however long that takes. It's 5 p.m. I have no intention of being here until midnight. Get vulnerable to monsters. Phil grabs my hand as he sees a zombie sprinting extremely fast towards us. I like how I seem to, like, kind of go back and forth. The zombies are either so slow that they're not even a threat, or they're fucking, like, Dawn of the Dead zombies or some shit. I don't even know if I had seen Dawn of the Dead at this point yet. He doesn't hesitate and shoots it in the head. I grinned and then walked over to the carcass, and it didn't look like... Gaiden. Good timing, I guess. It didn't look like an ordinary... Oh. It didn't look like an ordinary zombie. It was a crimson red zombie with... Okay, never mind. That explains it. I have crimson heads in my story. Which had white, sharp claws. The characteristics were obviously the ability to sprint and his ability to cause more damage. How would I know he causes more damage? I guess, yeah, maybe. I hope we don't see this thing again. They're gonna trust. It's okay. Yeah, I hope we don't see this thing again. I'm running out of ammo. We just went to a gun shop. How is it no ammo? We shot like one thing. Phil stated. I smiled. I still have some. Here, you can have it. I held out my gun. He shakes his head. No, your safety is more important than mine. He pushes the gun against my chest. I sighed. You're a loss, I guess. He laughs. He wraps his arm around my shoulder. Stop touching me. We continued walking. I suddenly heard screaming coming from the distance. That doesn't sound right. Phil ran towards where it came from. I followed him. We then see some survivors running from zombies. We ran towards them and shot the zombies in the skull. The young survivors looked shocked and grateful. Thank you so much, the young man said. I smiled. It was nothing. Phil stated. My name is Zach, and this is Brad. I believe it's Zach Ryder, Matt Cardona. I think this is supposed to be Zach Ryder, and Brad Vickers. And we're blending the worlds, the wrestling worlds, and Resident Evil together. That's what you read this year? Oh god. Is this playlist done? Actually, wait, I think it is. Oh no, we need more music, guys. Fuck, what's it called again? What's it called again? There's, oh, Mono Memory. He does good covers of, Resident Evil songs. Let's just chuck on a Mono Memory song. Maybe this one? Okay, yeah. Yep. My name is Zach. This is Brad. I noted. There was really no point in introduction since they are young and they're possibly going to die. I'm Cherry and this is Phil. Phil fake smiled. Will you guys be fine? Phil asked. Zach nodded and Brad shook his head. I sighed and noticed some creatures were running towards us. Guys, look out, I yelled. What? Brad turned around and got his neck bitten. Just instant neck bite. He screamed in pain. No, Zach yelled. He attempted to fight off the zombies, but got his arm bitten off. Just entirely. His fucking arm's just gone, eh? I froze in my position as the zombies mutated into those crimsons. Alright. They charged at us. Phil shoots one of them in the head whilst... Why didn't we shoot them before? It's like we were just going, hi, I'm Cherry. Hi, I'm Phil. Oh, no zombie. Like, reflexes, mate. What's going on? Yeah. Phil shoots one of them in the head while the other one is sprinting towards me. Phil pushed me out of the way and got tackled to the ground. Phil! I screeched. The zombie was inches away from biting his neck. I quickly grabbed my gun and shot it in the head. Phil grunted. I was shaking. I have never saved someone's life before. I'm a police officer. Nor shot someone in the head. Did I not shoot a zombie in the head like 5 minutes ago, or did I imagine that? Phil was shocked that I actually got in the head. He pushed my body off of him and stared at me. He started laughing for some reason. I took a glance at the guys, whose bodies were completely covered in blood. I gagged. You know, if you'd given me the gun early, we would both be dead now. Oh yeah, because the gun, yeah. I laughed. Yeah, I guess you could be right about that. He gets up and slowly approaches me. He looks into my eyes. And then he places his soft, warm hand on my face. There are 2 dead guys right on the ground, missing their necks and their arms. They're probably still fucking making sounds of death. And this man is walking up to me, about to fucking kiss me, mate. This is not the fucking time, man. He leans in just before he attempts to kiss me again. We heard a woman screaming. Phil stopped. We should check it out. I mean, if you want to. Oh my god. I sighed. We should go. We ran to where the screaming was coming from. All we saw was a lot of blood and guts hanging from the walls. Fuck, they act fast. They act very fast. Yep. I covered my mouth and tried not to vomit. Vale pulled me back. I'm going to go investigate. You stay here and cover me, he demanded. No, don't. It's suicide. He sighed. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. But... he picked me on the lips. Yay! We've kissed each other already. It's been like, I don't know, an hour or something? Probably to shut me up. That's a good way to kiss someone for the first time, eh? Everyone's just dying around us. Blood and guts everywhere. Mwah. Shut up, bitch. Yeah, he pecked me on the lips, probably to shut me up. I pulled him closer to me, but he pulled away, smiling. Oh my god. Stars. I blushed. Fine. Just promise you'll come back. Oh, it's so fucking romantic, eh? Promise you'll come back. He blushes and leaves. I watched him walk away until I couldn't see him anymore. I had my gun ready just in case. My heart is beating. My fucking heart, man. I sat there thinking about that kiss. It might have been for a second, but what does that mean? Does he have feelings for me? No, I doubt him. But he's concerned about my safety. I eventually heard footsteps coming towards me. Run, Phil screamed. I got up and saw a huge monster chasing him. I quickly ran with Phil. This thing was pretty ugly. It looked like an ogre. That's just rude as Shrek. I am a bitch. But much uglier. He started throwing cars at us. This is supposed to be you, Stanak, from RE6, I think. He merely dodged them. What the fuck is this thing? I yelled. Just keep running.
Chat, is this real? I open my eyes wide as I hear an evil cherry berry supposedly reading RE9 leaked script. They're in 2025, God. But I'm still in 2024, and as I look to the sky, I realize that life is not what it seems. TBH, it's a can of beans.
Solid. Hi, Potato. How you doing? Oh, wait, never mind. It's not you, Stanak. Never mind. Just keep running, he yelled back. We found an opening to the sewers. We quickly climbed down and watched as his monster attempted to get us. But with his size, he couldn't. I laughed in my mind. He eventually gave up and walked away in defeat. That thing is called El Gigante. That makes no fucking sense, mate.
It's pronounced Huey, right?
More or less, Raccoon City outbreak. I'm a member of STARS. It's my first day. I don't act like a police officer at all. My fiance became a zombie. I was ready to die. CM Punk, Phil Brooks, comes to save the day. And I am automatically madly in love with him. After I stated that I could not live without my fiance John. And that John was my everything. Phil, CM Punk, also left. His missus died early in the story as well. He seemed pretty sad about that, and now we're like fucking getting it on, it seems, while people are dying around us. That's basically the gist of it. Yeah, I raised my eyebrow. El Gigante? That's Spanish, isn't it? Yeah, Umbrella has a secret facility located in a rural area in Spain. How does he know this? Like here, they were conducting experiments on everything, and I guess they made that thing. Why is it in America, though? If it's El Gigante, why is it in America? It's not gonna be a season 2. There's gonna be no rematch. Yeah, it's meant to be John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, the wrestler. Because I was 16 when I wrote this. So my fiance was Dean Ambrose, John Moxley in AEW today, and Phil is CM Punk. They were conducting experiments on everything, and I guess they made that thing. They must have brought it over here. I don't know why though. Seems legit, I guess. Seems legit. He laughs. Come on, we don't have much time. We started our journey beneath the city. This definitely wasn't a good idea. All right, so we're in the sewers, I suppose. Page 9 out of 23. It will be morning soon, which means Raccoon City will be completely decimated. How's time flying by so fast now? We were running out of time. We would be out by now, but we kept encountering dreadful monsters and zombies. We would kill most of them, but by doing that, we ran out of ammo. Phil, yeah? That kiss earlier, you chuckled. Why are we talking about this now? He chuckled. What was that about? It was a heat of the moment while people are dying around us. Let me give you a snog. I'm saying this, by the way, not the video. You doing really? They can fight me. I mean, I don't really care for Moxley anymore, but I'll fight AJ. Yeah, heat in a moment, I smiled, and to shut you up. I playfully slapped him on the shoulder. Very nice, Phil, he chuckled whilst rubbing his shoulder. I started to feel uneasy. The smell of sewage started to really annoy me. Phil noticed. Are you okay? He asked, sounding concerned. I nodded. I'm fine. Can we please find a way out of the shithole? He laughed. Sure thing. I smiled, and we resumed our pursuit and finding a way out. Let's fucking go. However, the sewer had a lot of turns. It was like we were in a maze. We weren't sure where we were going at all until we found a door. Should we go through it? Should we go through? I asked. I don't see why not. Get your trigger finger ready just in case. I nodded and did just that. We slowly approached the brown wooden door and Phil very cautiously turned the knob and forced the door open. He took a deep breath. Ready? Let's do this. I smiled and we walked in. Nothing was in here except for a control panel for a tram. Why would there be a tram in here? Phil asked. Umbrella, I guess. I went over to the control panel and activated the tram. The lights went on and we saw the yellow deserted tram. Okay, so this is the RE2 area, I guess. Saw the tram in the distance. We should check it out. Maybe it will lead us out of here. Good idea. Phil started walking over to it. I stopped when I heard a weird noise coming from above us. I ignored it and caught up to Phil. He opened the door and I went in. He shut it and went over to the controls. Pokemon. He pushed the buttons and pulled the levers until the tram started to move. He sighed with relief. Looks like we're gonna make it out. I smiled. About time. He grinned. I sat on the cold bench. Phil went back to the control room. I observed my surroundings. The tram had nothing special concealed in it. No weapons or first aid, nothing of interest. I was unaware that Phil was watching me. He leaned against the wall, smiling wide towards me. Wide smiled. I can't even fucking talk. I looked up and our eyes met. From out of nowhere, a huge claw swipes Phil's arm. This is the fucking first movie again. Oh my god. He fell to the floor, groaning. Phil, I shrieked. I rushed over to him and wiped most of the blood away, but more came. Shit, 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 I cursed. Put pressure on that, I demanded. I stood up and looked around. I grabbed both guns and waited, knowing it would strike again. I heard horrible screeching noise coming from the roof. I ducked as parts of the wall flung across the room. I froze in horror at the presence of the beast that swiped Phil. It looked exactly like the monster we encountered back in the police station, only bigger. I quickly fired shots at its exposed head, but it made a horrible screaming sound, distracting me momentarily. I kept firing shot after shot, but the creature stuck its abnormally long tongue out and wrapped it around my neck. I struggled to break free as the grip got tighter. I tried shooting at it, but a few shots missed. I found it extremely hard to breathe. It was crushing my esophagus. and top of my spinal column. Alright, go on. Pain shot through my body as my vision started to fade. I lost grip of the guns. The last thing I saw was a silver blade chopping the tongue off. Ooh. I don't know what a Kimbo is, but sure. Phil managed to defeat the creature simply by setting it on fire. How? Burned to death on the tracks as the tram picked up speed. Phil rushed over to me and trying to shake me awake. My face was pale and my neck was red. Phil started to panic because I didn't wake up. No, wake up, he yelled. He grabbed my wrist and checked my pulse. It was beating, but not enough. Damn, he really did a number on me. Come on, please wake up, he said with a lot of pain in his voice. Tears started forming in his eyes. Don't die on me, please, he begged. He pulled me towards him and held me tight. I opened my eyes and started to cough. Phil freaked out at first and he held me tighter. He sighed with so much relief. He rubbed my back as I held my sore neck. I feel like my neck would be broken, but whatever. I thought you were. I cut him off. I was passed out. I barely said. My voice really hurt. I know. I looked around and noticed the monster was gone. Don't worry, I set it on fire, he proudly announced. I smiled and remembered that his arm was scratched severely. Ah! No. Why is Sphere Hunter played? Wait, where was I? I set it on fire, he proudly announced. I smiled and remembered that his arm was scratched. Oh, yeah. You sure you fixed your arm up? He looked at the huge scratch and chuckled. Yeah, I think you're right. The tram finally stopped. Come on, he helped me up and left his arm around my waist as we walked off the tram into the facility. You know, I'm gonna change this playlist. It's kind of like a mishmatch. Mashup? Mashup. That's the word. I'm not feeling a mashup. Let me put on something else. Or I could do this for 10 hours. Any puzzles in this? Zero. It's a love ballad. Oh my god. Who sings I Want to Know What Love Is? That song? I want you to show it. But that I'll put Kisses I Was Made for Loving You. Do that one. In the Air by Phil Collins. No backtracking, nah. Whatever love ballads are there. I don't fucking know. Okay. The train finally stopped. Come on, he helped me up. Left his arm around my waist as we walked off the tram into a facility. I noticed huge writing on the wall. The Hive, I read aloud. We stumbled to one of Umbrella's underground laboratories. Isn't that great? I swallowed in fear. Wouldn't that hurt? Even though it hurt my throat. Never mind. I grabbed Phil's hand. Don't worry, I'll protect you, he assured me. I'm a police officer. We slowly made our way to the entrance. I took a deep breath. I observed the settings, and it was huge and eerie. My heart was beating fast. It's always beating fast. Rick rolls. No herbs. No, there's no herbies. Only cameos from certain monsters. That's pretty much it. This facility was starting to freak me out. I had a really bad feeling about this. We made our way through the hallway and eventually spotted an elevator and pursued it. We went in and pushed a button that leads to the bottom floor. Why would we go to the bottom floor? Hopefully to find a way out or to die. Okay. Cherry? Yeah? He took a deep breath. I don't know what is down there, but whatever happens, I just want you to know. Oh my god. Oh my god, I know what he's gonna say too. Before he could finish his sentence, the elevator stopped and the lights went off. A weird siren went off too. Phil, what's going on? I started panicking. He held me tight. Hell if I know. He too was panicking. He kept pushing buttons until something or someone spoke over the speaker. Oh my fucking god. Get out, you two shouldn't be in here, it startled us. It sounded like a young girl. You have to get out. She demanded. The elevator doors mysteriously opened to what appeared to be a way out. Phil, we should listen to her, come on. I tried to walk out, but he stopped me and pulled me back towards him. Phil, let me go. He wouldn't release me. He had a really tight grip on me. That's the Red Queen. He yelled. She's setting us up. It's a trap. He then pushed a button on the elevator, and it took us down. I am shocked by his actions. Fuck you, Phil yelled. You're all going to die down here. Oh god, I'm cringe. The Red Queen stated. Then the speaker shut off. My heart sank. I actually believed her. Phil, why are you doing this? I snapped. He finally released me. She killed my fucking sister. And... She caused all this, remember? She won't get away with it. I won't stop until Umbrella pays for what they have done, even if it kills me. Phil, didn't you just hear that? Don't you remember all those creatures we encountered? She's probably going to send more of them to kill us. Why did you not listen to her? There are other ways and other opportunities to get your revenge. I started to choke up. Why are you dragging me down here, Phil? You don't need me to help. You don't need me to help you. Wait, you don't need me to help you, he sighed, because I really cut him off. You want someone to watch your back? Why am I so mad at him? Is that it? You want me to risk my life protecting you? I understand you have a personal vendetta against Umbrella. I do too. Do I though? Do I really? I'm not willing to risk my life, especially why are we here? Especially right now. You're cackling? So I don't know. Hear up my story. Yeah, I'm not willing to risk my life, especially right now. So why, Phil? Why are you dragging me with you? Because I love you! He loves me, guys! He yelled. My jaw dropped. It felt like everything froze. My heart was beating rapidly. You what? I asked softly. I love you, Cherry. I didn't want you to go because I knew you wouldn't survive. I know how bad that sounds, but like you stated, these creatures can kill us, but you, by yourself, you started to choke up and tear up. I don't want to see you as a lifeless being walking around without a soul. You should have wanted to fill my dark soul with light. It would kill me to see you as one. You are the reason I am still alive. You are the reason I am fighting for survival. You are going to be the reason Umbrella goes down. Not tomorrow, not in a few months, tonight. Well, I mean, technically, isn't it tomorrow? Technically. Yeah, let's just play India. The elevator finally stopped, but we didn't move. My body wouldn't allow me to move. My vision started to blur again. My head started spinning. I couldn't breathe properly. Cherry? Phil asked, sounding concerned. Before I knew it, I collapsed in his arms. So yeah, it's been a few hours. Amy, Phil's partner, who was Lita at the time of me writing this, CM Punk and Lita were dating. So Lita died. My fiance, Dean Ambrose, died. Jonathan, good. John Moxley died. I was gonna marry him in about 3 days. There's no backstory between Amy and Phil here, but he said girlfriend, so I guess it wasn't that serious, clearly. But both our partners are dead, and it's been a few hours, and he loves me. He had no faith in me. At Twilight reads. Go on. Is this the chapter? I woke up in a small room. It had a lot of medical equipment and supplies must be the first aid room or something else. I attempted to get up, but I was slowly and softly pushed back down by Phil. He had pain and sorrow in his eyes. He poured his heart out to me and I just collapsed. I wonder what's going through his mind. What happened? She did a few. So did Punk, to be fair. He's been with a lot of women. But he's been married to AJ Lee for about 10 years now. So good on him. What happened? I asked, whilst placing my hand on my forehead. My head and neck hurt so much. Phil placed his warm hand on the back of my head, stroking my head softly. You collapsed. I noticed the scratch had been bleeding again. Oh my god, Phil, I attempted to get up, but he wouldn't allow me to. Don't worry about me. I accidentally reopened it in a corner. Okay, so his wound is still bleeding a bit. Okay, he sighs. Cherry, I want you to go without me, he said as he was tearing up. I was confused. Why? I asked, sounding pissed, but really confused. I've been keeping something from you. And I cut him off. What are you talking about? My sister told me that one bite, one scratch from these creatures is sufficient. And then you'll become one of them. I am quoting the fucking movie. My sister, become one of them. It's only a matter of time before I become one and kill. He stopped and tears came pouring down. Not just his, but mine. No, Phil, you'll make it out. We'll find a cure. We'll find a cure. You're going to make it, I said, pleading to him. I can't, Cherry. It's already too late. How would you know? I cut him off. No, Phil, you can't do this to me, please. You can make it out. It's not too late. Please, I continue to plead with him. Why am I begging so much? I continue pleading to him. I don't know. I don't think it's an item box. Jerry, I love you too. Is my fiance is dead. His jaw dropped slightly. You do? A reassuring smile crept up on my face. Yes, Phil. More tears came running down from my eyes. I feel protected when I'm with you. I never have felt that way with anyone. Not even... I stopped. I shouldn't compare them. Phil, I can't live without you. I won't live without you. I won't be leaving without you. I cried into his chest. He sighs heavily. You put that geeky shrug away. We only have 1 hour left until the transformation is irreversible. How the fuck would you know that? If we can't find an antivirus before then I won't have control of my actions. He wiped my tears away. Then let's go find it, I said, trying to sound cheery. He lifted me up and we left the room. We were greeted by 3 zombies. They were naked for some reason. I screamed. Phil quickly shot them in the head. He grabbed my hand and we ran towards the double doors. The room was different. It looked like a huge control room with wires hanging from the ceiling. I'm assuming RE2 lab, maybe? We ran to the next room, which was a surveillance room. Yeah. I ran towards the television screens and we saw that the room that had the antivirus was unceremoniously surrounded by zombies. That's a big word. Both sighed. How many bullets do you have left? I asked. Phil checked his gun. He cursed under his breath. 5. I thought we ran out of ammo before. What about you? I checked my gun. 9. And judging by the footage, there are at least 20. Where's our knives? Why can't we just fucking stab the guns? What's going on here? There are at least 20 or more zombies. Wait a minute. I searched in my pockets and found some explosives. As you do, you know? Phil grinned, ready to blow shit up. He asked, fuck yeah, okay, so reckless. Let's just blow up parts of the lab, I guess. He ran towards the lab with the antivirus too. Why the fuck would we blow up the room with the antivirus? What the fuck is wrong with me? Yep, we ran towards the lab. Phil shoots most of his zombies with the 14 bullets, their last 14 bullets while I set up the explosives. It was pretty easy to do so. It's set, run, I yelled. We got away from the area and boom goes the dynamite. It's quoting Family Guy. The zombies' organs were flying across the hallway. Ugh. We are still going, yep. I'm at page 11. We're almost halfway. We're almost halfway through the story. It gets way worse, trust me. Yep. Organs went flying across the hallway. This brought a crazed smile on my face. Oh my god. No, Wesker. Yep, come on, let's go. We went to the lab and there were 5 serums of the antivirus? That doesn't make sense. Sitting on the table. Cornucopia? Oh my god. Yep. We found an antivirus sitting on the table. Thank god, I said with relief. How did it not blow up with the zombies? Give it to me, Phil requested. I picked up one and injected a virus into his arm. Even though it wasn't given to me, I still felt uneasy and wanted to pass out. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of needles and blood and all that shit. You okay? He asked. Yeah, I just don't like needles, he smirked. Oh, let's hope you don't get infected then. I smiled. I really don't want to get infected. Yeah, no shit you don't. He chuckled. I promise you, I won't allow that to happen. Okay, we're done here. He smiled. Thank you so much. For what? For everything. For never giving up on me. For wanting to risk your life to save mine. He was cut off by... Oh my fucking god. He was cut off by me crushing my lips onto his. He was shocked at first, but quickly kissed back. He wrapped his arms around my waist and pulled me closer. I wrapped my arms around his neck. Phil picked me up and I wrapped my legs around his waist. He hit my back against the wall, his hands running through my hair. I moaned softly as his lips traveled along my neck. I shivered slightly as his hand ran up my thigh and rubbed me my bare skin. He found a zipper and slowly unzipped my dress. He pulled it off, exposing my almost naked body. Great. His eyes slowly looked over my body until they met mine. I saw the passion and desire in his eyes. Fucking passion, guys. Fucking hell. He wanted me and I wanted him. Okay, let's keep going. I moaned softly as Phil's sweating body was in sync with mine, sweat covering my face and his. His lips traveled along my jawline, meeting my lips again. I pulled my head back. What's wrong? He asked while panting. I smiled. I'm exhausted, I announced. He laughed and let me go. We both put our clothes back on, whilst grinning at each other. We had sex, by the way. That was me writing sex. I was a virgin? Ignore my bad sex writing. Because we're fucking and we just stop. Remember that for later. I wiped the sweat from my face and took a deep breath. Phil gave me a cute smile. What are you thinking about? He asked. Then pulled me towards him and again pressed his lips to mine. However, we were cut off by an alarm going off. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. As kept repeating. Oh shit, are you serious? I grabbed the serums just in case and we ran out. Phil, there should be a train or something on the second floor. Why would I know that? We ran to the elevator, Phil pushed 2F. The doors closed. 5 minutes until destination, the computerized voice said. I yelped, we're not going to make it, Phil. I said, panicking and shaking. Phil pulled me towards him and hugged me tightly. We will survive, Cherry, he whispered in my ear. The door opened and Phil was right. There were some trains here. Quick, in here. We ran into the first one we saw, we entered it, and Phil ran to the front of a train and started it. Okay, we're good to go. The train started moving. I sighed with relief. He came out and sat next to me. It's finally over, I stated. I fucking wish it was over. He smiles. About time. I laughed. So what do you want to do now? He asked. He then leaned into me and kissed my lips. He had his arms around my waist. His body got closer to mine. He placed my hand on the back of his neck. I guess that way. Our kiss was getting more intense until we heard a loud noise coming from on the roof of the train. It ripped the roof off and jumped into the train. So it was standing right in front of us. The creature resembled a human, but it had a huge hand that had sharp claws. He was huge and his heart was exposed. Tyrant cameo! He then raised his arm. We both dodged his deadly swipe. Okay, he raised his arm, we both dodged. I wrote this very weirdly. We didn't have any more ammo, only knives. Now we have knives. He kept swinging at us. When I had the opportunity, I would stab his arm, but it would only make him madder. There was a rocket launcher at the end of a train. I'll distract him while you get it, he said as we were dodging the creature's attacks. But you'll be killed, I yelled. Just go, he pushed me away. I reluctantly ran past this monster and sprinted as fast as I could to the rocket launcher. After looking through a lot of crates, I finally found it. It had only one rocket in it. That's fucking fantastic. I turned around to see the monster grabbing Phil's neck. Oof. I screamed. He was about to stab me in the stomach with his claw. I screamed again, I guess. Fortunately, the monster heard me. He looked towards me, threw Phil across the other side. Why would the tyrant do that? Phil was groaning in pain. The monster slowly made his way towards me. I aimed the rocket at him. Do it. What are you waiting for? Phil yelled. Game over. Pikachu. I yelled, firing the rocket. How did it not kill Phil? It hit him and he exploded into a million pieces. And as that was happening, the train suddenly stopped. Why did the train not blow up? I lost my balance and fell. I started crawling over to Phil when a beepy noise occurred. 30 seconds until the automotive self-destructs. Evacuate immediately. Oh shit! I got up and ran over to Phil. His head was busted open. He's busted right open! Phil, get up. The train is about to explode. Get up! I forced him up, and we quickly escaped from the train. What are you guys saying? Shell does know about this. Only 4% sus. We had less than 20 seconds to get out of a train in a facility before it blows up, and we are toast. I saw the exit up ahead. I heard an explosion. Oh shit, hurry! We ran as fast as we have ever. Finally, we were outside. We kept running until the entire facility blew up. We stopped and watched as it exploded. After the little show, I noticed a missile in the air. You've got to be kidding. Oh my god, run! We kept running. The missile exploded. We weren't in the city, but how do we get out of the city so fast? But the force of the missile can still kill us. I saw a cliff surrounded by water. Get ready to jump, Phil yelled. We jumped off the cliff and fell into the water. We swam to the surface and hit against the rocks. My body was aching from running. We remained in our position for a few minutes until the explosion completely ended. Just came to a stop, I guess. We swam to shore. We both lay on the ground, both completely exhausted. We made it, Phil, I said, delighted, while gasping for air. He crawled over to me and hugged me. I told you we were going to make it out. I laughed softly. He pursued to kiss me. That's not a right word. He wanted to kiss me, I'll just say that. Until we heard a helicopter hovering over us. It was so loud. My ears were ringing. Phil grabbed me. The helicopter landed. Some men came running towards us. We thought it was help. We thought we were being rescued. But we were wrong. Dun dun dun. It keeps going. These are a nice script. No. Fuck no. No way. To shreds you. To shreds, you say. 2 months later. I awoke from a deep sleep. I am in a white room. Nobody's in here. I sat up and screamed. A lot of IVs and needles are in my body. I am feeling a terrible liquid travel through my veins. The pain was unbearable. I ripped them out. I hurt even more. Ugh. Pretty much envision the end of the first movie where Alice is like, all like covered in shit. I think that's meant to be the intention here. Yeah, blood was slowly dripping from where the needles were. I tried to remember how I got here. Phil, get off me, Phil. That was all I can remember. Me being taken away from Phil. Yeah, Amelia on her back is evil terrible. Yeah, that was all I can remember. Me being taken away from Phil. Phil fighting off men that had guns. I don't remember any shooting. I fell to the floor and looked around. The room was pure white, with the exception of a mirror that presumably had people watching me from the other side. I walked over to it and started banging on it. Let me out, somebody, I pleaded. No one responded. I continued banging on the mirror for a few seconds more until I gave up. I disabled the lock. No explanation. I just disabled the lock. The door slowly opened. I peeked out and didn't see anyone. I slowly walked out. My legs were in so much pain. I had to use the wall to... I had to lean against the wall to help me walk. So, yeah, pretty much the movie. Blood was still dripping from the cuts I had gotten. I turned left since the right was blocked off. I saw an exit up ahead. I slowly made my way out until I felt sharp pain in my stomach. I groaned and crouched down. I felt something moving inside me. I started to freak out. Someone came up from behind me, covering my mouth. I struggled to get out, but he had a tight grip on me. He started to drag me. Let me go, I screamed. He forced me to the wall and slapped me on the face. Oh, okay, never mind. Because of my weak muscles, I fell to the floor. He started kicking me in the stomach. How? I screamed in pain. He punched me in the face. Oh my god. Knocking me out for 20 seconds. I slightly opened my eyes and witnessed the man being stabbed relentlessly in the chest. Jesus Christ. The man stabbing him was covered, but I noticed a tattoo on his forearm. The man stopped breathing after a few more stabs. He dropped the knife and turned to me. He had pain and regret in his eyes. Phil? I asked quietly. I was losing consciousness again. He rushed over to me and held my head gently. I got beaten the fuck up. He kissed my forehead and stroked my head softly. Don't worry, I'm here to protect you always, he smiled. He said. I smiled weakly again and passed out. Something Wesker would do? Nah, just Wesker's not here. Cherry, hey Cherry, are you awake? I felt someone's hand around my head, shaking me gently. My head was ringing. You love her quiet. It's Phil. It's punk, okay? I felt someone's hand around my head, shaking me gently. My head was ringing. I placed my hand on my forehead, rubbing it roughly as it was in a lot of pain. I slowly forced my eyes open. My vision was a bit blurred, but I could see the figure in front of me. The fragments were coming together, piece by piece. I didn't say it, but I'm just adding that to this. And I realized it was Phil, but he didn't look the same. His hair had more length. His facial hair was barely visible. And he was covered in blood. Not as much as I was. But wouldn't he just stabbed a man to death? Like, there should be blood everywhere, shouldn't there? He hugged me. I'm so glad you're alive. I smiled and made the hug tighter. Phil, where are we? And he let me go inside. In an umbrella facility. In China. RE6, guys, let's fucking go. China? I scratched my head. Why are we in China? He shrugged his shoulders. I don't know. But what I do know is that the fuckers, whoever's locked up in here, definitely do not want us to escape. 1 second. Just my kid. Yeah, definitely wants to escape. Why? I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't really want to know. I wrapped my arms around my stomach and felt a sharp pain again. Did they do something to you? He asked, sounding concerned, whilst also wrapping his arms around my stomach. I don't know. You seem to be in pain. They must have done something. I'm in pain because I was kicked in the stomach. I don't know if you've ever been kicked in the stomach, but it hurts a lot. Yeah, I imagine it would, probably. He laughed quietly. I'm sorry, I should have come sooner. Don't make yourself feel. Umbrella is to blame. He grinned slightly. Umbrella, I know they are responsible for doing this. Yeah? I nodded, and I felt a weird feeling in my arms. I held it tightly, forcing pressure to it. Fuck, I yelped as Phil examined my arm. What's wrong? He asked, some concern in his voice. I had a bunch of IVs in my body, and I felt like I was being injected with some kind of drug. I swear I can still feel it in my veins. It hurts so much. Ugh. He nodded and looked concerned. He looked concerned. I feel different. I can't explain it, but I know I'm not the same as I was before this. This can't be good. I can't be good. The pain went away. I realized the grip. I released the grip and looked into Phil's eyes. Did they do anything to you? He shook his head. Nope. I raised my eyebrow. He sounded like he was lying. Are you sure? Yep, absolutely. I nodded slyly. I suddenly realized, did they inject you? He quickly cut me off. They didn't do anything, alright? Just drop it. Why? Why is he being so mad now? He snapped, making my heartbeat uncontrollably. Keep jumping. I'm sorry, I barely said. Since I didn't want him to snap at me again. I didn't want him to snap at me again. His face softened. How many times did I use the word softened in this story? He pulled me into him and kissed my lips. I kissed him back. I'm sorry too. He kissed me again with more passion. So much passion. Our kiss was interrupted with men yelling at each other. We pulled away and both hid behind the wall. My heart was beating so fast. There's no Steve. There's no Steve. Nothing related to Steve. These men had machine guns. They were wearing masks to cover their face. I couldn't understand what they were saying since they were speaking Chinese, but I'm sure it's about us. Phil, what do we do? I whispered. Without warning, he ran out, grabbed one of them, and kicked him in the head, and he fell to the ground and then assaulted the other man. He used that one as a human shield whilst the other was getting up. He fired shots, but was hitting the shield instead. Phil rammed the now dead man onto the other and snapped his neck. Fucking hell, okay. I had my eyes covered for the last part. I'm a police officer. They got their guns and handed one to me. We escape. We're escaping the facility in China because RE6, I guess. Okay, so I have this written in italics, so I believe this is supposed to be a flashback. What are you doing? Get away from me. Help. Shut your mouth. Fuck you. Phil, help. I said shut your mouth. He isn't going to save you. Please, for the love of God, help. It's in italics. I'm assuming it's a flashback. Hey, Cherry, are you alright? I snapped out of my process of remembering every fragment to what led me here. Fucking, that's a sentence. Phil waved his hand in front of my face. I'm fine, just thinking. About? Nothing, it's not important. He sighed, and more memories came rushing to me. What is that? What are you injecting me with? You'll find out soon enough. What? What does that mean? Please don't do this. Get it away from me. We can't, dear. You are carrying something that is very important to us, and it's not the serum. Pokemon. He's Rambo now, John Rambo. Not the serum, I repeated in a whisper. What? Phil asked. We have 9 more pages to go. I stopped walking and leaned against the wall, sighing. Phil, do you remember anything after Raccoon City? He stopped walking and ran his fingers through his hair. He turned. He used to do that a lot on TV. It was so hot. I vaguely remember some guys manhandling us. You screamed, I tried to get you, but they injected me with something, and that was the last thing I can remember. That can't be the whole truth, but I believe him. Okay. Why do you remember anything? I sighed again and looked down on the blood-covered tiles. I was surprised to see a lot of red coagulated blood. Okay. That's a word. I remember screaming for you. I remember cursing at the men, and I remember those exact men injecting me with a serum or something. It was probably... it was probably nothing. But I remember what one of the men said. Phil raised his eyebrows. What did he say? I looked up at his concerning face and bit my lip. Ooh, Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey? Before 50 Shades of Grey happened? He said, I'm carrying something that is important to them, and it's not the serum. Phil mumbled something quietly. What the hell does that mean? Not the serum. I questioned. He shrugged his shoulders. No idea. He started walking again. I followed him. I saw the exit up ahead. I cocked my gun and gripped it tightly. I stood beside the door frame whilst Phil had his hands on the handle. Congrats on catching a Pokemon. Yeah, let me tell you something. Oh my god. If you see any of them, shoot them in the head. Shoot him in the head is your best bet. I nodded understandably. He forced... It's not... No. He forced open the door and aimed his gun. I slowly started following him. I gasped when I saw what had transpired. Cars, bodies, everything scattered on the streets. It is dark, which isn't surprising. A lot of gunfire can be heard in the distance. I looked to Phil. Survivors? I asked. I wish. I raised my eyebrow. It's umbrellas, mercenaries. They are on the mission to kill the undead. How does he know everything? He took a deep breath, as if the next part was going to be hard to say, and any survivors they encounter. I dropped my jaw. What? They're killing innocent people now? They can't do that. Those fucking bastards, I tell ya. I snapped. He chuckled. Why would he chuckle? Yeah, even I asked. Why is he doing that? Cherry, calm. I cut him up. No, I will not calm down. They are killing survivors. That evil mother. Evil Cherry. He'll cover my mouth with his hand. I wonder if he'll freak out if I lick his hand. Oh my god. Gross. Calm down, okay? I know you are extremely and weirdly hormonal right now. That's a thing to say to a woman. But we need to find a way out of his country. We're stuck in China, remember? We're in fucking China. Now he is a gamer. He's a real gamer. Please relax and take a deep breath. He whispered. I rolled my eyes. He lowered his hand and started walking. I'm sorry, I whispered quietly. Don't be sorry, he responded. I'm surprised he heard me. I caught up to him as he found a shortcut, which would avoid these mercenaries. I followed him. Well, I'm trying to control my emotions, but he was right though. I am being quite hormonal. I wonder why that is. I always knew Umbrella was pure evil. Evil Cherryberry. But now I used the wrong word. I wrote no, not now. But now they are simply killing innocent people who haven't done anything. I'll see to it that these will be the last people they ever kill. Hey here, how you doing? Pure evil Cherryberry. I ran over to the nearest garbage bin and threw up. I couldn't hold it in. Phil kindly held my hair back. I finished vomiting and sat along the pavement. Do you know why you're vomiting? Phil asked. Concern was in his voice. I don't know. Lack of food, maybe? You sure? I nodded. Yep. I jumped up and continued with our escape plan. Although I believe that we didn't think this through since we are in China. I don't know about him, but I don't have any piloting skills. So the way I see it, we're fucked. I was thinking about that. I was thinking a lot about what Phil said before about me being hormonal. I'm normally not, but now it's just, I don't know. It could be because of the situation, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. Something inside me. I shook off the thought. There is no way that could be possible. Then again, that night, I injected him with the antivirus and then we had sex. But I doubt I am. I hope not. Even though I've always wanted to be. It's just that. Now definitely isn't the right time. Especially with zombies roaming around and bioorganic weapons trying to kill us. We suddenly hear screaming. I looked to Phil and we both ran towards it. We froze in sight to what we are seeing. He was fucking huge and extremely ugly. We slowly stepped back. That's a fucking description. Fucking huge, extremely ugly. That poor guy. He's just having a bad day. We slowly stepped back, not removing our eyes from him. He had some poor woman in his hand, or whatever it was, literally crushed her lips. This is Yustanak from RE6. He snapped his head to us and threw the woman like she was nothing and sprinted towards us. Run! I screamed as this behemoth turned his attention to us. We ran to an alleyway This beast was incredibly... I hadn't played Silent Hill yet. There's no Silent Hill or anything. But, yeah, wait. Incredibly huge, yet pretty fast. We dodged everything that was blocking the path, however... This beast burst right through them. Jesus, he's strong, Phil stated. I felt this beast approaching us. I saw an opening. Phil, right! I instructed. We both turned and kept running. I saw a vehicle up ahead. I pointed out to it and we sprinted as fast as we could. We eventually made it, and thankfully, the keys were already in ignition. Well, that's fucking convenient. Phil started the car and immediately sped off. I jumped in the backseat and fired shots at his head. It fell to one knee. Phil turned the corner and I didn't see that monster anymore. I took a deep breath and moved to the passenger seat. What the fuck was that? I angrily asked. I don't know. Did Umbrella send that thing after us? Oh wait, there's like a sentence missing here. The window... Something in the window and threw up again. Okay, I'm assuming this must have said, before he could answer, I opened the window and threw up again. There's actually words missing. Thankfully, this lasted for a second or so. We need to find out what the fuck is going on here, Phil stated. I leaned back to the seat and wiped my face. What do you mean? Why were we brought here? Why are we still alive? Why are you vomiting? Why? I cut him off. I think I know why I'm vomiting. He looked at me with confusion in his eyes. What? How? I think I'm pregnant. Keep in mind, we technically didn't fuck until climax. We kind of just stopped. So, how she is pregnant? With maybe pre-cum? Pre-cum can get you pregnant sometimes, maybe. But he didn't come inside her. So how is she pregnant? How? I hadn't played a single Silent Hill game by this point. I was 16. This was 2012. So, it was a while ago. 2013? No, 2013. It was 2013. Moments have passed since I said this. Time feels frozen. Not the hyper. It's not a good sign to be hyper, goddammit. Time feels frozen though. Cherry, you were right. I also hadn't noticed that I'd been crying. Cherry, please answer me. I snapped back into reality and cried into his shoulders. He didn't know how to react, but he wrapped his arms around me. I heard moans coming from the distance. Phil, we should go. I felt him nod. He picked me up and held me as we walked cautiously away. I had difficulty trying to walk. I don't know why I'm finding myself thinking about John. I had loved him so much. It broke my heart to see him as a lifeless being, but being all those months ago. But why am I thinking about it now? I'm with Phil now. Am I with Phil though? We're not exactly a fucking boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, are we? Technically, I think we are. I mean, I might be pregnant with his child. Oh god, what if I actually am? I can't have a child, let alone can a child be brought into this world? I'm not looking forward to the next few months of surviving this onslaught of zombies and monsters and possibly carrying a child. A child that doesn't feel normal. Do you guys want to guess what the child's name is? Do we want to throw in some guesses? I won't answer. If you want to throw in some guesses as to what the baby's name is, see if you're right. Phil just shot some zombies. Just once, I would like to get the satisfaction of blowing their heads off again. He was very Junior. I saw some in the distance. They weren't exactly coming towards us, but still, I fired some shots at them. It got them right between the eyes. How would I know about it if they're not near us? It fell to the ground hard, and I laughed like some crazy chick. Whoa, Cherry, Phil yelled. What? I turned to him. He smirked. Nice shooting. I giggled. Tell me about it. He chuckled. You're going to be a great mom. I shot a zombie in the head. You're going to be a great mom. Oh, fuck no. Elvis Severus, please. Why did he have to say that? Okay, this italics. This is a flashback. Do you want to try now? John asked with nervousness in his voice. You want to have kids now? Yes. But why? Because I love you, I blushed. But I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom. Cherry, you're going to be a great mom. Phil saying that just triggered flashbacks in my brain. Hey, Cherry, you were right. You've been blacking out a lot lately. I'm fine. I'm just thinking about ways to kill these zombies. Shoot him in the head. He nodded. Okay, cool. Well, for now, we should head to the quad tower. I heard there's a chopper that How did you hear that? I heard there's a chopper that we can use to escape. How? How does Phil know that? I nodded. Then What are we waiting for? You, I laughed sarcastically. Oh, ha, very funny, he grinned. But seriously, though, are you okay? I sighed. Yeah, I guess. He rolled his eyes. Is it this whole pregnancy thing? You might not be, you know. It's probably all in your head. Don't say that to a woman. I mean, in regards to pregnancy, you shouldn't. True, but I feel different, Phil. I don't feel normal. I don't feel human. I know that sounds weird, but I just can't explain it. Phil scratched the back of his head. I swear I can feel something inside me. I'm hoping it is a child. If it is something else, I'm fucked, basically. He chuckled. Why is he chuckling? John wouldn't be chuckling. Why am I thinking about John? I am such a fucking whore. Look, there might be a chance of you being in fact pregnant with, I'm guessing, my child, which is great, I guess, but there's also a chance that he took a deep breath. Maybe, just maybe, Umbrella may have used you as a guinea pig and tested a virus on you. That's probably not the case, but then again, it's just a guess. Tested a virus on me? Oh god. A serum they were talking about, but I can't. I opened my mouth to speak but couldn't. Phil noticed and kept quiet. He started walking, so I followed. Alright. Fuck, we're getting to the end. Kind of, slowly. We were walking along the pathway and I see a trail of dead bodies and blood. This is gorier than Raccoon City, which possibly means that can be my blood scattered on the pavement and my body being ripped to shreds by dogs. That doesn't make sense. I get this picture right now. Me being defenseless and trying to fight off these belligerent animals. That's a big word, belligerent. I forget what it means. But one of them bites my arm off, making me scream my lungs out. Why am I thinking about this, mate? One started biting my ankle whilst another was working its way toward my esophagus. I got chills just thinking about my possible death. Thankfully, Phil and I haven't spotted any horrific creatures since that behemoth from before. We've only encountered slow zombies. I'm just glad they aren't those crimson ones. I started to feel a sharp pain in my stomach. I screamed in pain. Phil quickly ran over to me. He had worry in his hazel eyes. Remember the beautiful hazel eyes that man has? What's wrong? He spoke quickly. Placing his hand over my stomach. It hurts. I groaned. Okay, there's a pharmacy, or at least I think it is up ahead. That is so convenient, man. Come on. He wrapped his arm around my shoulder and helped me as I had trouble walking. He kicked the door down and leaned me against the wall. Wait here, I'll find something for you. I nodded and he disappeared. The lights were flickering on and off, so it gave me difficulty trying to see him. I hear bottles rattling and him cursing. I held my stomach tightly. Thankfully, the pain has decreased, but only slightly. Suddenly, the ground started to shake. Earthquake? I kneeled down and grabbed hold of my pistol, just in case. I stared out the window and saw the most horrific thing I had ever seen. I covered my mouth to stop screaming in my head. I covered my mouth to stop the screaming in my head that would eventually be heard. Okay. I don't know where Phil was, but hopefully he is hiding, or at least is aware of this thing. This thing was wearing a trench coat, which is weird, but whatever. He is covered in silver, and he stands over 7 feet tall. Why would Mr. X be making the ground shake? It's not that fucking big. He looks human, but I just know he isn't. He walks past, hopefully without noticing me. I leaned forward to see if he was gone. He was. I breathed in, and then heard a thud coming from inside. Phil? I turned my head only to be hit hard in the back of my head. Darkness took over. I keep passing out. He's not in ring attire, no. I'd say he's probably just wearing normal shit. I don't even know. There is a Pokemon. Hey, don't hurt her. She's still... Oh, okay. Hey, don't hurt her. She's still great use for us. Said some deep-voiced man. What about the guy she's with? Asked a slightly higher voice. We need him too. He may have an antibody that could strengthen the infection. The guy laughs. Why can't we just leave them here at the time and finish him off? We could, but then we won't get that big juicy pay rise from Umbrella. Yeah, I guess. But honestly, though, what good is money now since we are responsible for this outbreak? Yeah, you're right. The virus hasn't reached Australia yet. Aw, fucking let's go, mate. He chuckled. I guess I'm spending my vacation in Australia. They both laughed. They stopped talking. I felt them force me over their shoulder. My head hurt so much that I couldn't move my body. I couldn't fight back. I couldn't even open my eyes, only hear. I wonder where they're taking us. But they did mention Umbrella, so Phil and I are probably going to be killed. I guess this is a rather good way to be killed. Is it though? I'd rather this than be ripped to shred by zombies. So wherever they're taking us, I hope they make it quick. What the fuck? Who are you? Let it go! I heard a thud. They chucked Phil onto the ground and I believe fists were thrown. I suddenly dropped from a man's shoulders, forcing me to open my eyes immediately. Called Pokemon. Two not-so-masculine men were kicking Phil all over his perfect body. Shut up. No, I screamed. They turned to me and whispered something to each other. One started walking towards me, allowing Phil to grab his legs, forcing him to the ground, and then snap his neck. Fuck it, hell, he's just snapping everyone's necks, eh? It's fucking hunk over here. I quickly got up and kicked the other in his groin and kneed him in the face. Fucking got him. Blood was coming out of his nose and he groaned in pain. Phil slowly got up and grabbed his man by the neck. If you want to live, tell me who sent you, Phil requested. Fuck you, the man retorted. Phil punched him hard in the chin. Ooh. Tell me, Phil grabbed the gun that was in my side pocket. Before I blow your brains out. Yeah, tell me before I blow your brains off. The man knew Phil was serious. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, I lied. It was Albert Wesker. Wesker? Why does that name sound familiar? I whispered to myself. Phil looked shocked for some reason.
I'm coming.
That is sus. Don't do the Wesker sus, bestie. I'm almost done. I'm at page 17 out of 23. What does he want with us? Phil asked, sounding confused. He wants the girl, he said, pointing to me. I raised my eyebrow. I kneeled down, so I was facing this man. Why does he want me? I asked. He has something that he wants. I don't know what it is, but he says that you can't escape without him. Then again, knowing Wesker, he'll probably kill you. Phil pressed the gun against his head. He looked pissed. No one is killing Cherry. You got that? The man nodded. I'll spare your life, but next time you see Wesker, tell him. And if he wants her, he needs to get through me to get to her. And tell him Phil says hi. Where is it? Wait. He released the man and he ran for his life. I sighed. What does Wesker want with me? Why does that name sound so familiar? I won't let him get to you, Cherry. Phil assured. I know, Phil, but that name sounds so like I've heard it before. There's a lot of dots everywhere here. But I can't remember. I don't remember anything. It gets worse. Phil nods. Wesker is the head of the Umbrella Corporation. He is a colossal imbecile. He is obsessed with power and with controlling the planet. He will not stop at nothing to get what he wants. How do you know this? Phil sighed and looked in my eyes. What do you see? He is my brother. Albert Wesker was born to the parents with superior intellectual genes. He and dozens of other children of his caliber were collected and raised as components of the Wesker Children Project by the Umbrella Corporation and given a surname Wesker. He showed particular promise over the other children, which pleased Umbrella's founder, Oswald E. Spencer, Phil explains. And how are you two related? I asked curiously. Well, from what my mother has told me, she was assaulted by none other than Albert's father. Ooh. Why, I don't know. She got pregnant, so technically we're half-brothers. I nodded. So what did the Spencer guy do with Albert? Spencer saw something in Wesker which was the makings of what his children needed. Obviously, not coincidentally, Wesker would eventually go into the service of the same company that molded him and became a close employee under the watchful eyes of his creator, Spencer. Hey, vengeance, welcome in. All the while unaware of the pharmaceutical president's true intentions and his origins. Wesker joined. I like how Phil just knows everything here. Wesker joined the International Pharmaceutical Enterprise Umbrella at the age of 17 and began working as one of his researchers with Brian Irons. In 1977, Wesker was assigned to the Umbrella Research Center under Dr. James Marcus. Wesker became friends with and a rival of fellow trainee William Birkin. This is just like the intermission at the loading screens in RE5, like how it tells you everything. It's like I just stole it from RE5 right now. Becoming colleagues and accomplices for years to come. Both Wesker and Birkin were regarded by Marcus as his best apprentices and the only people he trusted. When the training facility was closed down on July 29, 1978, the two were personally transferred to the Arclay Laboratory, becoming the facility's chief researchers. Go on. He lightly chuckled. Upon their arrival at the laboratory, Wesker was handed a file from the facility's president regarding the Ebola virus, which had been discovered 2 years earlier. Had been discovered 2 years earlier. I should have a full stop here. The facility was, to the outside world, to the outside world, studying samples of the Ebola virus for usage in creating a vaccine. In fact, Umbrella was this is a fucking lore dump chapter, I swear to God. Umbrella was researching into its impressive death rate for usage in the experimental T virus, which was also being researched in a facility. Wesker and Birkin's research of the T virus lasted over 13 years in 3 different stages. In 1988, when the research reached its 3rd stage, which was the creation of a tyrant bioweapon, Wesker and Birkin were then ordered by Spencer to assassinate a former mentor, Marcus, and steal all his research. Shortly after, I can't ran out of ideas here. Birkin's research yielded the discovery of a G virus in the body of some poor woman, Lisa Trevor, a long-time test subject of Wesker and Birkin while at the Arklay facility. When Spencer approved his project in 1991, Wesker began having doubts about Spencer's intentions and requested a transfer to Umbrella's Intelligence Bureau in the same year. In 1996, Wesker joined a newly founded Stars Division of the Raccoon City Police Department, where he worked as a double agent for Umbrella, giving him information on any police investigations. It is 6 p.m., by the way. Wait, he was in Stars? Yeah, that's why I was a little bit flabbergasted when you told me you were meant to be joining them. As you know, Wesker is no longer the Stars captain. Yeah, I guess I know that. What happened? I don't know, but I do know that he runs the Umbrella Corporation. I nodded. Have you ever met him? I asked. Yeah, a few times actually. When I was 23, I came to Raccoon City to find him. After searching everywhere, I found some info that led me to him. You had a fucking... the biggest lore dump of the century about him. Jesus. At first, he didn't believe that we were related, but I later convinced him. After that, we actually had a normal relationship. This is... Can we get to the good stuff? I'm almost done, thankfully, but it's a long read. Like, I'm trying my best not to, like, commentate too much over it. He even gave me a job working for Umbrella. We worked together for years, but only a few months ago it all changed. He stopped. Oh, what happened? He sighed. I witnessed him injecting himself with some serum. Serum? After that, he didn't seem human to me. He changed. He wasn't a man I grew up to respect and admire. He grew up to respect and admire. He met him when he was 23. I confronted him about this and we had a massive argument. It led me to throwing the first punch, but when my fist connected with his face, he didn't flinch nor react. Instead, I was the one holding my broken hand. He only smirked and then punched me with full force. I flew across the room. I hit my head hard on the wall. I remember him saying, I had to become a god of the new world. I raised my eyebrow. God, what does he mean by that? And he is responsible for all of us, and knowing what he's capable of. This is just the beginning. Uh-huh. Okay. This is awful. What do you guys say? Alright. We're almost done. Fuck. Phil and I wandered around the streets of a dying city. I've noticed that the buildings' debris are falling onto the blood-infested ground. Even larger debris smashing onto cars, setting off their alarms. I tried to ignore that, but we picked up our pace. Since this can draw infected beings to our position, and I don't know about Phil, but I do not want that to happen. I began to hear snarling and moaning coming from behind us. I felt shivers down my spine. I quickly grabbed my gun from my holster. Why do I have a holster now? And swung around and put bullets through their skulls. There were only 3, so it was a fair battle for me. It dropped to the ground with a dull thud. I grinned with satisfaction. I felt someone's hand on my shoulder firmly. Good shot, Cherry, but try to warn me next time. You scared me to death. I laughed softly. There's a fuck ton of plot holes. Just fucking wait. I laughed softly. Okay. Wait. Oh, there's more sentences missing here. We continue to walk with extreme caution. It's weird that we have only encountered a few zombies this time. Back in Raccoon, we encountered a shitload. Something doesn't feel right, and I was right. Standing a few meters from us was that behemoth again. We both froze in our position. That thing was glaring at us. I noticed he had some metal thing attached to his arm. Cherry, look out! Phil screamed as this thing's arm extended and grabbed me. I shrieked as the force was pulling me up to him. I struggled to break free from his grip. Phil was firing shots at him, but it didn't faze him. He only got angrier. Phil, help! I yelped. Suddenly, some spikes came out from behind him. They were pointing at me. Oh god, Phil! I screamed. Says, you Sadak with his weird thing, the cage kind of shit. There are no horses in the city. There you go, bonk. Just rewrite it. There you go. He saw and kept shooting at his head. A gun clicked. Oh shit, I'm out, he yelled. Suddenly, this thing swiped Phil. He hit the wall with full force. I like to throw everyone against the wall, eh? And again, no concussions. Everyone's fine, diddly iron. He wasn't waking up anytime soon. I am screwed. This beast looked fucking pissed ass, mate. Then suddenly one spike pierced through my shoulder. Ugh. I shrieked in pain. I grabbed it and tried to yank it out, but that only left me vulnerable to pierce my chest. Oh my god. I screamed in pain. I swear this monster was laughing. You Sanak, you have done enough, someone said. A man scoffed. Oh my god. Put down the young woman and go away. He had an accent that I can't explain. This monster loosened his grip and I fell to the floor with a sickening thud. Pain shot through my entire body. My vision started to blur. I keep fucking passing out, eh? I don't know how these people are okay. I don't know. I heard footsteps approaching me. It stopped right beside me. I slowly moved my head up and saw this man. He was equipped with a samurai edge. It is the best pistol ever made. I literally wrote that. It can kill with one single bullet. Can it, though? He wore a long leather jacket. Everything was going black. But before I passed out, I got a glimpse of his face. He wore black glasses. He had slick blonde hair. He looked like Phil. Go on. What, Wesker? I managed to speak out before I passed out. Oh my god. Yeah, totally in this story. Yep. Okay, this is in italics. So, italics. Albert, what do you expect us to do with the subject? What do you mean? Well, you have what you wanted, so I'm just curious as to why you won't let us kill her now. Goodness, John. Why's this guy saying John? I think it's meant to be maybe Ada's John. John, don't you ever learn? What? Just because you have successfully extracted the antibodies from her blood doesn't mean she's useless to us now. I thought Phil had antibodies. Plot hole. Then what use is she to us? If our little experiment is a success, then you'll need to keep extracting the antibodies. But what is this antibody doing exactly? It's making the virus stronger, and in the process makes me indestructible. No one can kill me, and that's why we need her. Because of her, I am to be a god of the new world. Fucking hell, Wesker. When she escaped the facility, she was only postponing the inevitable. But starting tomorrow, the whole world will end. All because of her and mainly me. But what if the antibodies weaken the virus? Impossible! Why do you doubt the power of the virus? I don't doubt anything. It's just that you do know that she is carrying a child. Threat? How could... Wait. There's more sentences here missing. How can an infant be a threat to me? Well, think about it. She has antibodies and that could make the infant immune to all viruses. Jake Mueller? I just want to kill her now. Well, you kind of have a good point, which is quite shocking due to your lack of understanding. Fucking hell. But even then, the child will be no threat to me. Of course. Is the process complete? Yes, sir. Good, then activate Project Cherry. Shut the fuck up. And when she wakes up, ask her if she remembers anything. Hopefully the serum you injected in her has finally kicked in. What if it hasn't? Then you can dispose of her. Yes, of course, sir. Good. Oh, and Albert, what is it? What do I do about your brother? Did you do what I told you to do? Yes, and I used the amount of dosage specified. Good, and just keep an eye on him. And don't even think about killing him. Why not? It's only a matter of time before he becomes a monster. Bwahaha. Pokemon. I forced my eyes open. A bright-ass light was blinding me. I snapped my head left and then right. That's left. That's right. Dumbass. Where the hell am I? Why am I here? What happened? Where's Phil? For some reason, I have tubes in my arms. I felt some horrible substance being forced into my body. But why? Am I in the hospital? Did I die? And where the hell is Phil? I slowly but painfully ripped out the tubes. I think I'm just retreading what happened like 20 minutes ago. Chucked them onto the ground. The blue liquid was spilling onto the extremely white tiled floor. I looked at my arms and a small amount of blood was dripping from my wounds. I then heard a sinister chuckle. It was creeping me out. Suddenly the light switched off. I then heard... Wait. Yeah. Revealing a tall figure beside me. Don't be alarmed. I'm not going to hurt you. He didn't really sound that reassuring. His voice sounded like he had laryngitis. Okay, so this is supposed to be John Laurinaitis from earlier, who I said was like the head of STARS or some shit. The real life despicable person that used to work in WWE. Where am I? I stuttered. I felt like I haven't spoken in years. Maybe that was the case. Don't worry, sweetheart. You're in safe hands. You just, knowing what, like, is known about John Law and I as, like, IRL. Where are we? You are in safe hands. He came closer. As he did, I was able to see his face clearer. He had brunette hair and looked old, but his face was wrinkle-free? I wrote wriggle-free. Wrong word. I swear I have seen that face somewhere. He gave me a creepy-ass smile. I didn't like it. He uncomfortably placed his hand on my shoulder. Where's Phil? He smiled mischievously. Do you remember anything? He suddenly asked, ignoring my question. I mean, obviously, if I'm asking where Phil is, wouldn't that answer your question? I asked with a hint of frustration in my voice. He only laughed. Do you remember what happened? He's pushing my buttons. Where the fuck is Phil? I yelled. He removed his hand from my shoulder in a millisecond. I'll tell you... Yeah, in a millisecond. I'll tell you if you can answer my question. I rolled my eyes and nodded. Do you remember your name? What a stupid question. My name is... What the fuck? What is my name? I don't know. How don't I know my own name? How come I can only remember Phil? Why can you only remember Phil? That's kind of contrived. This man grinned. Good, he added under his breath. Do you remember anything at all? I tried so hard to at least remember something. My head started to hurt because of this. I noticed he walked away to a nearby computer system. Suddenly, little random figments popped up in my head. I'm Phil Brooks. Thanks, it's all in italics. John Cena. Oh, I should have added John Cena to this. That would have been epic. You wouldn't know where he's coming from. Why do you want to help me? Because I love you. Yes, this is just like retreading quotes from the fucking story. I remember Phil admitting his feelings for me. I suddenly remember the zombies, monsters, guns, explosions, the blood, the serum, and Albert Wesker and everything. Killer, she remembers anything. I grinned and looked towards John Laurinaitis. That traitor. He is supposed to be the captain of stars. Ugh. My name, he looked towards me, is Cherry. He looked stunned, and I remember everything. This is from the fucking movie. I remember everything. He gulped. I jumped off the bed I was on and punched him as hard as I could on the face. He fell to the ground. I sat on his back with my arms around his neck, ready to break it. What does Wesker want with me? I demanded. I slightly loosened my grip so he can speak. Surprisingly, he gave it away. He gave in straight away. He wanted your blood. I raised my eyebrow. My blood? What is he, the Red Cross? Haha, I'm funny. Your blood has special antibodies. What about Phil? Phil literally had antibodies. It's like I just completely forgotten that I said Phil had it and not me. I might know why. There's some weirdness here. I'll go into it after the story's done. Your blood has special antibodies that can make the virus stronger or kill it. Wesker is using it to make the virus and himself stronger. He's planning to spread the virus worldwide. My mouth was slightly ajar. Why? What does he hope to accomplish? John coughs. He wants to usher in a new era and to be God. I scoffed. Where's Phil? I asked again. Why am I so obsessed about this man, eh? He's in room 23. It's not guarded, but I wouldn't go in there if I were you. I scoffed again. Then I snapped John's neck, killing him instantly. Go on. I got off his dead body and grinned widely. You can tell Wesker that I plan to ruin his feeble attempts to be a god. And nice to meet you, Johnny. Jesus Christ. I stood by the bed that Phil was lying in. He lay perfectly still with myriad's a good word, of IVs poking into his skin covered in tattoos. It didn't take long to find him, since his facility is small. I mean, you were told what room he was in, mate. And lightly guarded. I had no trouble blowing some heads off. I stroked Phil's hair and looked at his dry chapped lips. I slowly leaned towards him and pressed my lips to his. Why? He's asleep, mate. Go on. It's been a while since we kissed. I guess we've been more focused on surviving more than intimacy. Which I guess was fine. Intimacy would have killed us. I don't even know what this means. I guess I finally have accepted the fact that I'm carrying his child. His child. But I can't accept the fact that this child will be born into his world. This corrupted, heinous, dying, fucked up excuse for a world. What if I can't save our child from being bait for these horrific beings? Because let's face it, it's either dying young or grows up without having a life. Chance to have a normal life. I don't want to bring a child into this world filled with monsters. The Walking Dead. An umbrella. I snapped out of my thoughts to the sound of Phil stirring. I held his face and watched as he slowly opened his eyes. He first gazed around the room, and then his worried gaze met my eyes. He looked relieved when he saw me. Where am I? In some facility. Some facility, I answered. Why? I don't know. Apparently my blood was what Wesker needed. Phil's eyes widened with anger. Wesker, is he here? I don't know. I never saw him. Damn it, Phil said as he sat up and ripped the ivies out of his body. He groaned in pain, but continued to do so. Phil, be careful. I don't want to lose you. I spoke up. What? His voice softened. He again looked into my eyes. What do you see? Phil, I care about you. You know that. I can't afford to lose you. I won't. No, I won't know what to do. How to survive. Tears filled my eyes. Cherry. And I'm having a baby. A fucking baby. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I don't know. I snapped. Whoa, okay, calm down. I'll be fine. I won't leave you. I'll take care of you and our child, he assured me. I smiled weakly. You promise? Promise. Okay, this is where shit gets fucking off the rails. 7 months later. Sitting in an abandoned prison doesn't seem appealing as it sounds. Surrounded by people you were forced to save from death. Forced to give your appliances and what is left of food to them. Watching these hawks that call themselves people, savoring every last bite of dried up bread. I guess it's not that bad. They must have been through a lot. I wouldn't know. I've been stuck in this godforsaken prison. Things gotten really bad out there. It wasn't safe anymore. If this place was overrun, nowhere is safe. It is all a pipe dream. This never-ending occurrence of infected just keeps on piling up. When you think they're all gone and dead, they just keep coming back. Thanks for following. Sometimes they come back in bigger groups, and I don't know if I can take this much longer. I know I have to survive, not just for me or Phil, but for his baby. I'm overdue. This child will be here any day now. It's hard trying to prepare for her. The other day, I didn't feel it move. I started thinking of all the possibilities of his child being one of those things. We call them walkers now. There are 9 of us. These people are the first group we ever encountered. We found them at the back of the prison being chased by walkers. They had weapons, but sound attracts them. Can you guess what I was watching at the time of writing the story? The fact that... Wait. Yeah, being chased by walkers. They had weapons, but sound attracts them. We would have been overrun. Phil hesitantly helped them. I couldn't do much due to being overdue. The fact that I was even there at the time doesn't make sense anymore. But these people have been so nice. They gather supplies like food, clothes, and even medicine for me. They have been nothing but nice, but here I am hating on these people. Cherry's just a fucking hater, eh? It might be the lack of sleep or the pregnancy hormones, but I have been pretty emotional. Hey, you alright? I was snapped out of my thoughts by Phil. His eyes filled with concern. I nodded in response. Oh, I'll talk about the plot holes later. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking about things. Things? But what if the baby's already dead, I asked. Phil looked taken aback by the remark. Oh, it's dinner time. I can't eat my dinner yet. I'll have to eat it soon. We're almost done with the story. We're almost done. Yeah. Phil looked taken aback by the remark. Cherry, don't think like that. Our child is fine. Trust me. Is this because you're overdue? I nodded again. Cherry, these things happen to women. I don't know why, but in a few days, our child will be in our arms. How? You don't know anything about delivering a baby. We don't have the proper medicine to do it. What if it can't come out? What if it has to be a C-section? I won't survive. Me, I can't do that to you. I choked. Small amounts of tears were flooding my face. I'm sure the others are looking. I was sort of yelling. We have Herschel. He responded. I looked at him puzzled. Who? The old man. He's a doctor, or was a doctor. He knows what to do. So when the time comes, he'll deliver our baby. I took a deep breath. I don't even know him. They get the chance to know them. They've been through a lot. They've lost people a lot. There was a big group of them, more than 20 at one point. That woman over there, he pointed at the woman who looked like she was in her early 40s. She had short grey hair. Carol? I noticed she lost her daughter. She became a walker. Oh. They've lost husbands, brothers, friends. We have to, Cherry. We have to what? Don't let John's death be in vain. Okay. I swallowed. Can we meet them? He smiled. Of course. Make a pot. Let me tell you something. There was no evil residence joke, no. Okay, we're almost done. We're literally at the end now, sort of. I met every single one of those survivors. They're not actually that intimidating as I thought. Their leader of sorts seemed to be distraught over something. He didn't really speak much, only nodded. I wondered what was bothering him, but I didn't want to be a burden. The guy, Glenn, knows his way around. Not around a baseball bat, though. He makes runs with his girlfriend Maggie. She's really pretty and really nice to me. Her father, Herschel, was a vet, but he knows what to do in my situation. He's old, but I'm in good hands. His other daughter, Beth, is really young. This is so fucking cringe. Just by looking at her, I can tell that she has never fired a gun before. I don't blame her. I was the same. Wait. I don't blame her. And I was the same before I ever... There is some grammar error here. I'm gonna assume that I meant to say I was never the same. I wasn't the same before I held a gun. Then there's Rick's son, Carl. He's probably a young adolescent. Let's hope he doesn't lose an eye. But he knows how to shoot. He's not bad at it, apparently. Then there's Carol, who I admire. Okay. After everything she's been through, nothing stopped her will to live. Yeah, no, that's for damn sure. Last but not least, Daryl Dixon. Hell yeah. For a guy in his early 40s, oh my god. He's actually a good looking guy. Can I stop? This is like you. This is the you situation. I'm with someone, I see someone, hello, you. If you've seen you, you know. But he keeps to himself. He carries a crossbow, which I think is very smart. It's a quiet weapon and won't draw those undead to us. Hey, Cherry, I stepped out of my thoughts by a nervous Phil standing in front of me. I held my arms out and he pulled me up. Since I'm pregnant, I can't do much anymore. What's up? I asked. He cleared his throat. Daryl and I are going to go on a run to a nearby town, scavenge supplies and everything we need for the baby. I raised my eyebrow. I didn't like this one bit. I like his intentions, but it's too dangerous. Phil, as much as I appreciate what you're doing, I can't allow you to do that. It's not safe. You could be killed. What if you get lost? I panicked. He sighed. Cherry, it'll be fine. Trust me. If we encounter a zombie, we'll take it down. I thought it was a walker. If there is a herd, then we'll hide and come back in the morning. But trust me, we will come back. I will come back. His lips connected with mine. I missed this. He pulled away. I love you, Cherry. I'm sorry that I haven't been saying it to you, but I've always felt it. I'll never stop loving you. I tried to hold back the tears. I love you too. Please come back, I pleaded. He half smiled. I will. I kissed his forehead. Come on, let's go. Daryl demanded. Come on, let's go. Daryl voice. I rolled my eyes. So did Phil. I giggled. Kissed my cheek and walked towards Daryl. They exchanged some words, then walked towards the exit. Phil snuck a grin at me. I blushed. Then he was gone. I hope he comes back. ... It's been hours. They're not like, no, trust me, they're like way better. This is like, I mean, it depends, I guess, on the context, but this is bad. This is just awful. It's been hours since Phil and Daryl left. I'm starting to get worried. I sat with the survivors and ate some canned beans I found in the cafeteria. Apparently Rick encountered some survivors, prisoners. They were a threat, so he killed them. If only he did that in the show. You know, things would have played out so much differently in season 3 if Rick just fucking killed his guys. I guess that's what the world's come to now. Everyone's a threat. I guess that they went through some horrible shit to get here. I shook off the thought and listened to what they were discussing. I guess I'm in the conversation too. So Cherry, Glenn nervously stated, how'd you get pregnant? Everyone chuckled. I mean, I know how, but I cut him off. I know what you mean, Glenn. I gave him a reassuring smile. He eased up. You don't have to tell us, Maggie insisted. No, it's fine. We're gonna be stuck in this prison for a while. Hell, maybe till we die. So I think it's best that you know me. And all that bullshit. They laughed. So what were you before this? Rick quietly asked. Ooh, Rick Grimes is talking to us. God damn. Sheriff Rick Grimes. Wait, where is it? He didn't make eye contact, but I didn't question that. So I'm assuming this is after Lori probably died. Well, I was meant to be a member of STARS back in America, and speaking of that, how'd you guys end up in China? We found a chopper not too long ago. It had enough fuel to get us here. Why would you fly to China from America in a zombie outbreak? Why China? Why not Hawaii or something? Herschel answered. I nodded. How'd you end up in China? How'd you end up in China? Beth innocently asked. Well, that is a really long story, I commented. They all leaned forward. I guess they're interested to hear it. Well, before I could tell him, I felt a sharp pain in my stomach. I screamed in pain. I think I'm in labor. See, 16-year-old? I had no idea how pregnancy worked. This is not accurate. This is not fucking accurate. Shit! Quick, someone grab a mattress. Grab a mattress or something. Rick demanded. Maggie and Carol came by my side. They helped me up and placed me on a metal table. Ugh. He just hit a mattress. What? Oh, never mind. Which thankfully Glenn placed a mattress on. Okay. I was laid down on it. I took a lot of breaths. What's going on? I asked. You're going to have a C-section. How would they know that? Osho explained. Are you crazy? She's already losing a lot of blood. How am I losing a lot of blood? She could die, Rick yelled. Now I'm panicking. Wait, blood? They didn't say anything, but I guessed it. Oh, there's no way she's giving birth naturally, Glenn said. I know, she needs to be cut open. We don't have any morphine or anything to save her, Beth pleaded. Guys, I barely said. When Phil and Daryl come back, Phil said he was getting medicine for me. I barely explained. I felt myself about to lose consciousness, so I fought it. He's not coming back. I heard a deep, southern voice say from the distance. Everyone turned their heads and I saw Daryl. I couldn't see Phil. Tears were filling my eyes. What do you mean? I asked. We were scavenging. I'm not gonna do Daryl's voice. And then some douchebag with glasses approached us. He seemed to know Phil. They were having a heated discussion. Then he chucked his shit to me and told me to go. I don't want to do his voice. He said you needed these. He needs to tell you that he'll always love you. He stopped. What happened, Daryl? I asked with a lot of fear in my voice. The pain in my stomach wasn't helping the situation. I left as he requested. I turned back and saw him on the ground. Tears were filling my eyes. That some bitch shot him. And then blew up the building. I'm sorry. I need to watch Daryl again. I burst out crying. I couldn't believe it. Wesker killed him. The pain in my stomach came back. I screamed in pain. Jerry, what do you want us to do? Herschel asked. Cut me up, I simply said, without even thinking about what I was asking. What? Jerry, you'll die, Maggie said. I don't care. Phil's gone. It's only a matter of time until I die. I don't want to be killed when this child is alive. I can't. This child needs to live. You all need to make sure it survives, please. I pleaded. They all stared vacantly at me. Cherry, you don't know what you're asking, Rick said. I nodded my head. I do, Rick. This child isn't human. I admitted. They all gave me puzzled looks. What do you mean? I like how I'm like bleeding out and I'm just like giving us some exposition, I guess. Phil was bit when we had sex. I injected antivirus into him, but there's a possibility that his body bonded with the virus. Thus our child might be superhuman, like Wesker. How did I come to that conclusion? They raised their eyebrows. A man with glasses. What would we do if he comes here? Beth asked. I don't know. He wants his child. So why doesn't he come here now then, mate? That's why you have to protect it. By the time it's older, it'll protect you. I stopped when the pain became unbearable. Please do it now, I demanded. Herschel shook his head. Jerry, you could try. I cut him off. That's what I want, please, he sighed. Carl, who I didn't even notice was there, handed him his knife. Oh, good on you, Carl. I heard the soft sounds of Maggie and Beth sobbing. They looked away. Rick and Daryl stared. Don't stare me. But I know that they didn't want to. I looked into their eyes and gave them a reassuring smile. Then I felt a sharp pain of the blade cutting into my skin. Ugh. I screamed as loud as I ever could have. My body felt numb. I was in shock. He was cutting deeper. I couldn't take it anymore. I closed my eyes and died. That's it. I died. They were all in tears as she stopped breathing. So this is like a different perspective now. This story. They were all in tears as she stopped breathing. Her pale face covered in sweat and tears. Herschel cut into her uterus and saw the baby. He gently pulled it out. It started crying. It's a girl, he confirmed. He handed her to Maggie. She cleaned her up. Hey, Maggie, there's some shit in here, Daryl said as he handed her the bag. She opened it and there were some blankets and clothing for her. She dressed her very gently and slowly. She handed her back to Herschel. What's her name? Carl asked. Everyone looked at each other. Alright, so I saw the names you guys guessed. I believe you are all wrong. I think you were all wrong. I don't know if I can scroll up to find them or not. Oh, here we are. Someone guessed Leon, Wesker, Albus, Candy. Vincent McMahon. Yeah, you are all wrong. So wrong. It's a girl bestie. Kinda. Alright. Where are you? What's her name? Coral asked. Everyone looked at each other. Alice, Daryl said. They all looked at him. Phil was talking about it. Alice if a girl, Chris if it was a boy. They all nodded in agreement. Okay, Alice it is. I hate myself. Frickin' phone. So she's supposed to be superhuman, Carl asked. I guess, Glenn answered. She looks normal to me, Daryl added. They all stared at each other with fear and sorrow in their eyes. They knew they had to bury her mother. It won't be easy, but she could turn. Rick knows it. He knows he'll have to deal with it eventually. But not now. Not in front of little crying Alice. Give us some fucking milk, mate. It's only a matter of time. Alice will grow up fast. She is their last chance of survival. She is the weapon that can stop this global terrorism. She is their last hope. That's the story. She is their last hope. I was sequel baiting. My own cringe fucking fanfic. How do we feel about that?